Let's go. Dek 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 dek. Ser. Hihi. Apa sih? Enggak, gue nonton ini turnamen.
Ntar mau WhatsApp ya?
Iya. Nanti gue nge-WhatsApp bilangnya dapat nomor dari lu ya.
Hah?
Dia kenal lu kan? Ya udah.
Kenapa? Udah. Mau buka HP.
It's not online, it's gonna be other game, especially again on front of the crowd. Teams shouldn't be afraid. That's a dream for me, to play in front of that crowd. So I'm going to embrace it, I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can. Every time we met each other again at PX, they brought something new, they brought some new ideas, and we were able to adapt on the fly. So if we can keep doing that, I believe we will win. If we will beat
Bentar, guys.
we're gonna be like top 1 team, yes.
Bentar guys. Bentar guys.
Every time
Ya. Bentar.
I heard someone was looking for a paper girl.
But never ever gonna be in that mindset of already seeing us lift the trophy. It's always just one game at a time. You gotta keep winning. That's the only other option. There is no other option. It's just you have to keep winning, and that's really it. If my walkouts doesn't make you laugh, I'm gonna show you how to have fun in game.
Halo Raffi.
Yeah, you guys just saw an absolute banger of an opening
What's up?
today. We always deliver with the hype, but we
Lihat
have
kita.
something
Iya.
really special for you as
Apa?
well.
Lagi live.
That is going
Iya.
to send our hype off the charts. It's time to
Nggak ada yang
reveal
nonton.
the champion.
Dua orang doang.
Tim Hagen even. Here we go.
Cok, ada yang crowdnya, Cok. Ada yang nonton, Cok. Di stage-nya, Cok. Di stage-nya ada yang nonton.
Mana?
Itu.
Iya kan?
Nanti ada lah yang 3 besar.
Mantap.
Top 4 pokoknya.
PRX sama nomor ya?
Udah top 3 dia. Kalau kalah ya ke final ini lower. Cok, Riot bikinannya kacau. Nggak nanggung-nanggung anjing.
Hah?
Turnamen nggak nanggung-nanggung dia Riot.
PRX.
Oh gila kru tuh.
We
Kacil,
have
kacil.
some paper pals in the venue today. Let's go. How nice
No,
is that stage?
but
It is unreal,
Wow.
honestly. They do such a good job every single time. I was getting chills, man, when it was leading in. I mean, I was watching them set it up partially as well, so I'm going to kind of spoil for me a little bit. But even still, like, seeing it all come together now as well, it just makes it all the more real that we're watching the finale of this tournament, really, the final four.
I can't even believe it. I mean, the way the shock waves with the bass and everything hit, I had huge goosebumps everywhere. So I'm going to need to just chill out a little bit as we settle into this match, because I tell you what, there
Ya,
was a lot
saya
of
juga
screaming when a
merinding.
certain team came up on the screen there. So yeah, I think we have a lot to talk about.
I might have swung the bias a little bit.
A little
when
bit,
the
yes.
Paper X logo came up. But who also would have known that these 4 teams would be the ones that to make it this far as well?
Yeah, it's quite unexpected, isn't it? To a degree. I mean, there's been so. The thing is, every time we get to a global stage as well, every time it feels like each iteration off of the
Ini liquid dulu ya?
more every single time. We've kind of like tossed away the term minor regions.
Nggak tahu
I feel like
di
at this
situ.
point, yes, you have one team regions, but honestly, those one teams, they can bring it to the top of any other region at any given time.
Of course, Optic, they are the defending champions here. And let's hone in a little bit on the map select for this matchup and see which 3 maps we're going to be going to. Both of these teams, it's going to be a lot of fun for us to watch here today. But of course, you guys have mentioned already the chaos.
Let's
Paper X
fucking
has
go.
created it. My question to you is, do
La 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 la.
Optic dare to
I
leave
know.
Bind open? Do they
We
dare?
discussed this a little bit. Brett and I sat here and I
Xbox.
said, you know what? If they
Bind
stuck
Xbox.
by Icebox after that little trip and stumble, I think they'll continue to. I think there's something they really didn't like. And there
Okay.
you go. Optic will commit to getting rid of Icebox. I don't know why. Because
Oh,
back in
split.
the day, I loved their Icebox. But they think they can rival Paper X on Bind. And that is almost certainly going to be a pick.
It is so brave for them to do this. I mean, and very Optic, I think, as well. It really does play into them as a team. That
Oh,
they
Heaven.
just leave it
Okay.
open now. But they're going to select Haven as the first
Oh.
map. I think this is quite understandable, Paper X, in terms of what they play on this map. Most of the time, they end up running like a Jet Rainer composition. But they do have a comp that they pull out.
Makan, guys.
Neon comps like what Optic
Indomie.
like to play. So when we get into the agent select, I'm going to be incredibly curious as to whether or not we're going to see Paper X running that more specialized composition that they're running. But I'm assuming it's going to be the Bind.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
It has to be
I
fine.
will put all of my life savings on that Paper X. That you can't leave Bind open for them and then not pick it. Remember, Benkai even said Fnatic are the only team brave enough in this tournament
Yo,
to leave Bind
tebak-tebakan
open.
Benkai
Optic
jadi
is
cosplay
solid.
apa?
Wouldn't make, yeah, here we go. It would make sense for them to go there. They
You
have
know
to.
what? If you
Gua
want to be
penasaran
the best
Benkai
team in the
jadi
world,
cosplay
you have
apa,
to
anjing?
beat some of the best teams on their best maps. I truly believe that no matter the maps, no matter the pool, you have to be the one that comes out the better team on the day, and that is a statement from Optic coming into this map, Vito.
It truly is. I mean, I think right now as well, from what I've seen of Paper X, they are currently the best Bind team in the world.
Yeah.
But I had it in contention with them and Fnatic, and from what I've seen recently of Fnatic, I think I have to hand it to Paper X. They just play such a variety of styles, even with that one composition they play. It's not a one-trick pony like it is when, for example, FPX played the Euro comp on Breeze. It's not one-dimensional in that capacity. They have so much that they throw at it, and now a second round of bans come through. A
Okay,
sentry taken out by Optic is
we're,
quite
we're,
interesting.
we're going to fracture, surely.
We have
We're
to
going
be.
to fracture.
You got to think about a map that's a nice middle ground for both of these teams. If I had to put money on it, Fracture would be it. I like what I see from both of them, and in fact, some of the impressiveness I've seen from Optic on the map as well, especially when we're talking about Neon and the likes. That's something I want to see come back should we get to the third map. If Fracture happens to be it,
There
and
we go.
Breeze coming out of the pool, that solidifies it.
Yeah, it's going to be our third final map that's floated through. I think this is an interesting one for Optic as well, because they've been given a bit of an option of what they wanted to play and what they lean towards. And Fracture has been a shaky map as of recently over the course of this tournament. Now, historically, it's been one of their best maps,
Yeah.
but recently, I mean, I'm going off the recency bias all the way, because it's the only thing I can really go off of. And it has been a bit shaky, so how they're going to be adjusting and how they're going to be keeping up, I think, with Paper X is going to be interesting if it gets to that point in this match.
I mean, we talk about pick your poison. In the past, when the team go up against Paper X, we're like, we're going to see either Bind or Fracture. You cannot let them have both. For Optic, Jess, they are going to let them have both.
I have said this only once in this tournament thus far, but if you take a risk of this level and you win that matchup, you have deserved to win through and through. So if Optic do come out the victors of this particular matchup, they have done everything and more that is necessity to get to the finals, and I think that that is a statement in and of itself.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly that the thing is, Optic is so good when it comes to rematches against opponents
Yeah,
that they might just want to go for the lower bracket anyway. They have a ridiculous record when it comes to rematching teams, and I mean,
Iya,
it's
bagus.
the fact that they
Muka
just
gua ganggu.
level up. But this
Mantap.
match right here is going to be two teams that have done
Sengaja.
tremendous amounts of prep work for each other.
Yeah.
They're going to be ready for each other, I hope as well, because with the maps that we're seeing, if it's going to be Optic thinking that they can counteract that second map with Bind and the Eurocomps that might get played, we're going to have a really intriguing series on our hands.
They're a defending champion for a reason, Bren. We're going to take a quick break here, but when we return,
Merinding, Cok.
we're going to be bringing out PRX and Optic to the stage. Stick with us.
Iya kak, kresek-kresek. Oh, gara-gara mic-nya, Cok. Gara-gara mic-nya. Hah? Lantai 3 lah. Karena mic-nya, Cok. Mic-nya. Mic gua. Masih ya gua bawa HyperX gua anjing. Kan gue di rumah streaming juga. Mic headsetnya pakai headset mana ya? Gimana ya? Masih kesek-kesek nggak sih? No noise-nya anjing. Bentar. Noise. Noise gate. Cek. Cek. Masih ada noise-nya sih. Cek. Nah. Cek. Cek. Udah sih. Udahlah, gini aja lah. Oke. Let's go. Anjas. Yay.
Mind freak. Mob. Benkai.
What the fuck, jadi dinosaurus anjing.
Chat.
What the
Alex.
jadi T-Rex nih. Anjing T-Rex raksasa anjing.
Well, this is the defending champions versus the challengers.
Bangsat.
They proved themselves already here
Why?
in Copenhagen, but the question is, can they do this in front of that crowd?
Yes, the crowd is such a factor that we haven't been taken into account as much now. I mean, we're on the side of Benkai now. This guy is just... I've been waiting for this moment for quite some time. He's always been coming out with a funny walk.
The big thing as well is that these players just set history. They're the first players to ever walk out in front of a crowd in Valorant
Ribet dah lu.
Masters history, and
Ngebukanya.
that is something they can walk away with pride regardless of the outcome of this match. I'm excited for them, but there's two completely different stories to tell here. As you said, Yinsu, it's the defending champions. It's one who want to take that throne, and I'm excited to see who comes out on top.
I will say that a lot of people were confused as to why Benkai wore a T-Rex onesie last time. I just want to clarify, Paper Rex.
Oh,
They got like T-Rex
Get
fossils.
it?
They got
Yeah,
fossils
there
on
we
the
go.
jersey.
Nearly
like
as
the
old.
pattern of it.
Yeah, nearly as old as Golden Boy, I think. What's up there? He's just catching strays. But Jess, you said you posed a great question here. Paper X, they are the challengers. Optic, they've done this before. All of these players have played in front of a crowd before. They have experience. You know, FNS, he's not going to be phased by any of that noise of the fans on Paper X. So the question is, can Paper X really kind of compete up to all of that experience?
I think Benkai made a statement once that, you know, they operate under a lot of momentum, and when
Let's
things start to pull away
go,
from them, they panic a
brother.
little bit, and they love having fun. So I hope they continue that fun having, because that's what's really given the momentum to them.
Gila,
On a
rame
lot of the
banget,
rounds.
Cok.
That'll be the key thing here. If Optic takes an early start, that's where we will see the formidable and the
Iya,
mental
balik.
strategicness that comes out of Paper X.
Absolutely, and I think for Paper X as well, this is the furthest the team has really ever made it.
Yeah.
In this upper bracket, they've made it so far now, and it's not an elimination game. It's important to remind people of that. This is the upper finals. So much on the line, don't get me wrong. You make
Jadi
it all the
cuman
way, you
Jing
win this
doang
one,
nih.
You go into the finals, which is a big deal. You get extra bans. I mean, in terms of the boons that you're blessed with when you head into that, it is an enormous factor to consider.
Okay.
But these guys, I think they can without that pressure on their shoulders. They made it
Cuman
so
Jing
far
doang
this
yang-
tournament while still playing a stellar game and a leveled up game as well over the course of it.
But also,
Tuh.
Jing's not here. Jing did not get to do the crowd walk. He's going to be playing from the hotel. And at this point, Brent, he is their star player. Do you think that's going to affect the team at all?
There's a possibility, but honestly, I thought it might have affected them prior to it. A lot of these guys were playing from the hotel prior. It seemed to not affect them there. They were still playing even with two of them on the stage. So I think moving forwards, these guys, they're ready for this. They're ready for this challenge that's approaching them right now, which is Optic Gaming, the defending champion.
We're into the Prime Gaming agent select here, and it looks like Paper X have opted to run the Astra Raze Fate Comp, which they've done before, and they've gone with the Jet Rainer.
Yeah, this is something that Brendan's already pointed out, and I rightfully agree with him. If you're going up against the Neon, that is the tip of the spear. How do you blow up the tip of the spear? You gotta slow that baby down.
Absolutely. This comp is very good at slowing down the kind of neon composition that Optic like to play. It's one of the other comps that Paper X said, like you guys mentioned, like they sometimes pull out the Rainer and the
Tesnya
Jet, but they
beda,
usually
Cok,
do
sama
that
yang
against
tadi-
teams
yang
that are trying to match
kemarin-kemarin,
them with
Cok.
jet-based compositions. This time it's all about trying to slow
Sama
down
sih,
this
tapi di
composition
sana
that Optic have
dibedain.
ran time and time again.
I also want to keep everyone to keep an eye on the controllers, because we have Marved versus Mind Freak here.
The two
The two
M's.
big M's of the tournament.
I love M&Ms personally. I know you guys see me, I'm pumping the
Tadi apa
M&Ms,
sih?
but that's an M&M I can definitely sink my teeth
Banyak.
into. Marved, Mind Freak. I said Marved is one of the best
Gua
players in
lupa.
the world, but Mind Freak, when it comes to controller players,
Oh, Heaven.
she's on the podium.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that. These guys are so talented on either side. It's going to be interesting to see how Optic are going to be performing as well when they are being, I'm not going to say directly counter-comped, because I've got questions about how Paper X are going to be performing with this composition that they don't run as often on Haven.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be underprepared, but in terms of just the official experience, they played a Jet Rainer a lot more than they do this specific composition that they are playing, and there's poor Jing, you know, he's going to be playing from the hotel room, but like I said
He's going to
previously,
drop 30.
He might, honestly, he
He's
might.
gonna.
He might like the
genuinely
quietness of it. He'd be like, you know, I love this. I can just sit here, I can just boom
Yeah.
back in, I do all of my things I need to. But to quell your sort of fears here, Brent, the 3 times that they have run this composition, they've won every single time. I know it's regionally, I know they are the kings of their region, but maybe the Paper X fans can feel a little bit more rest assured that there has been success with this composition.
I think the important thing here is, if you look at the rest of the maps we're going to, Brent, Optic, they have to win here. They have to.
They have to.
I would completely agree with that. I think if you go into bind as well, Paper X should be favored there. And now I don't know what that notebook's saying. I mean,
Apa
that guy's
tadi?
just revealing his notes. I think Alex is just absolutely posturing.
Jing,
He was
go
just
kill.
revealing his
Yeah,
notes.
Taken,
it
go
must have
kill.
been. I mean, these guys, they have so much whimsy about them. I love watching this team, but this Haven map is going to be, I think, a big indicator of
Yeah.
which direction the series is going to go overall.
Well, the players are in the
Ada.
server, and it's time to throw this over to your casters for today. Give a warm welcome to Doug and Bola.
Thank you so much, Insu, for the first time in
Anjing,
BCT International
plotnya.
history. Copenhagen, you look beautiful tonight. Bala, we've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
780 days since the game has been released, and this is what we all were waiting for, a crowd match, finally.
You've been counting.
Absolutely.
You counted. I know you counted. Every single one of those days you counted. PRX starting off on the attack. We've talked about their pace. We talked about their tempo. But look at that ball. It's actually Optic who's taking space initially.
Very fast up Elan, but still the same thing for PRX.
Whoa.
It's a shot from Ye. Almost gets to it, he does.
First blood, second blood going in favor of the North American World Champions. But PRX able to counter
Ada.
numbers in favor of the green wall. Spike sitting down too long as Jing tries to reposition, tries to take the space and get the spike back down.
You heard Benkai say, we are chaos.
Wait.
These are the types of moments they really like where they can work the map, spread deep, but right now it's a tall task.
The thing is, you have two options against Chaos. You can try to weather you, or you can fight Chaos with Chaos, and that's
Gila,
exactly
sedunia
what
dapat,
Optic
Cok.
is doing. Victor already gets another. Jing is left to Roan, and he's not going to be around for long. Optic get the first round.
And PRX has been phenomenal in pistol rounds this tournament so far. They've won 7 of 8.
And those stats any day of the week.
Yeah, Optic immediately clapping back at that. And they've
Balik
been
tuh.
working on these pistol rounds. They've been working on the rounds that they've been struggling with, the non-gun rounds. And this tournament's definitely been a change. And that's what you need if you want to be repeat champs.
Again, history on the line here for both teams as Optic tries to be the first team ever to lift
Upper.
back trophies. But they
Udah ada
can't
crowdnya,
pass the
Cuk.
Chaos personified, that is PRX. No force here for them. It seems like they're going light.
Boleh apa aja? Apa-apa. Tapi off stream. Ya. Berapa aja?
He's got the judge locking down garage.
Off stream tapi ya.
Great shot out from Forsaken.
Whoa.
He's gonna get a shot in a second and he delivers.
On the pistol round, or the eco round for them too. This is crazy. But Finesse is still here, and they're not able to trade him off with the smoke from Marv as well. He could get out of the sight and maybe make this manageable.
Yay, actually making a really good timing here as he's crept into window. They're walking
Oof.
right into him. He gets two with the judge. Not able to get the third, but Benkai weak.
And they flip this around, but the guns now. If Benkai can get in a great position, he's still got the wall as well. It's only Spectres on the other side. Ding! A little too much space taken.
Benkai gets the wall up, gets the spike down, and now with that same judge, a cause problem before, try taking some space. Farb extinguishes it. He's gonna get the defuse. It was dicey, but Optic get the second ball.
That was more
Yo,
than nice there.
hati-hati.
Those first two shots from Forsaken were so crispy. But thankfully, Finesse and Marv, they clean it up. And we do get a conversion on the anti-eco, which in the past, it hasn't been great for Optic. This tournament, it has been better, like I just said. And we talk about the comps for a second as well. The Deaths was talking about this was maybe a counter pick, and I would tend to agree because PRX, typically they run the Reyna, they run the double duelist essentially on this map, and we saw that at Masters Reykjavik. But whenever they go up against Neon Comp, they actually run a Sage. They slow it down.
Jing trying to go fast. I'm pretty sure he hit his head on the wall there at the very top.
Still got the jump though. He just wants to get all the way in that position to force them off of long, force any trap plays off as well, and that Boombot does just that.
Yay with another great shot.
Oh, he's got the Tour de Force.
He's in trouble. He's got the Tour de Force, and you're right, it's up close and personal. He's able to land it first. The second just around the corner. No challenge coming through yet. As Divide backs up, slows the round down. Spike still sitting on A-Long.
And both Forsaken and Jing gone.
Mind Freak is taking so much space across the middle of the map.
He's been insane in moments like this. Super clutch. And that's exactly why he finds the gaps and still going to abuse it. They're not necessarily committing off of this Divide and Mind Freak.
Ness has some utility, but not enough to necessarily delay the plant, so Divide will get it down, and now it's a post-plant situation. The thing is, Optic have, in some ways, surrounded them. They're going to be able to approach us from multiple areas.
But also look at the way PRX is playing. All the way towards the left side, clearing the C-Link.
Yeah.
So they're not really getting surrounded like it looks like from Optic's perspective.
Everyone bodies there from A. Make sure they don't push out. And Garage Finesse dropping some of their early utility. Devi holding this angle, spike ticking away. Optic's gonna have to go fast. Ye's on the tap. Devi gets the first kill, a 2v2 here. Quickly turns into 2v1. Marv, he's so good in these situations, but can he pull it off? Can he pull it off? He's got it down to 1v1. The spam across, he's got to get on it. He's gonna challenge.
Woo! Nice, bro. Sakit
That's a
tapi.
2v4 for PRX to
Es
cancel the
bonus
bonus from
banget
Optic.
anjing.
And Ye even started off with the opening kill, grabbed the tour de force, shut down the hit on A. And that exactly was the situation Optic wanted to go through at the beginning of the round, but Mind Freak is phenomenal. The desk touched on it. This guy is playing at an absurd level. For what we saw at his international debut, nowhere near that level. He is way above it.
And early aggression into A. Victor's already worked his way half down long. It seems like PRX want to go to C. Forsaken makes it. He does. And look at Marv. He's going pushing. There's someone on the other side of the smoke.
Boss!
And it's clean. Optic just does not expect him to
Ayo,
get
flawless.
on board without using much. There was a couple of smokes in garage, and Forsaken just finds Ye's TP
Yo.
and force that out of him.
Respect. Aduh,
Another
duh.
part of the map. This is definitely going to be a save for Optic.
Saving dia, saving.
It's tough is too. They shouldn't be able to.
Berisik.
Ya udah lu main, tinggal main. Ya
Berisik kalau berisik.
kalau nggak berisik namanya bukan streaming.
Oh, iya
I
benar.
think already
Guys.
PRX is hitting Optic with so much out of the prep work that would have been expected from Optic coming into this, right? They know they have these two comps. They know they play the double
Apa?
duelist. That one's aggressive.
Stick. Ini Mas Supi lah.
PRX comp here though
Mas Supi.
looks
Di
on the
atas paling.
surface to be slow, to be controlled. Wait a second, Doug. Neon is all the way in.
No way.
Oh my goodness.
No way.
There's just not enough time. But such a cool attempt from Victor.
Pengen nyolong dia, mau nyolong
You don't leave the
Divis.
spike again. Not like that.
Those two
Dua-dua.
opening kills from PRX though. Definitely not something Optic expected.
Nggak ada yang menang,
Trying to
anjing, seri.
figure out a way to stop it. Finesse said, every team has tells. But for the most of teams who play PRX, they're not able to find them. At least on the international stage. The only team who really worked them was Zeta, and now it's still a very close game, so it's going to be difficult no matter what. Optic here, a very light buy. Obviously the two weapons they
Gue ngalangin mapnya.
Marv with that Marshall not finding any value.
Nah, sini aja di kanan. Game Ji, sakit sih. Gak ada yang nonton. Mana WhatsApp-nya?
The wall in garage, the slow with the C's.
Hah?
On spawn as well.
Kenapa?
There was an attempt from Victor from crashes that looked kind of nice. The spam through the smoke as they walked up C long. There's a nice shot from Ye.
Flash may net him another.
Cok, dapet cok.
Somehow still gets
4 second cok.
I mean, he's stunned
Mustun.
and he's jumping up the stairs. That is just
Saving
ridiculous, but
mulu,
exactly what you
saving
expect.
mulu, saving mulu, nggak ada duitnya. Saving mulu, saving mulu, saving mulu.
Every round they come in with
Optiknya
a plan.
saving. Ya lucu bu.
The plan is almost too adapt.
Server tuh begitu gak? Yang bener.
Apa kan gua drone doang.
Ya lu server lah besok main server besok ya.
Enggak lah.
We love to play with the
Enggak.
information that
Kan
they've
gua
forced
iniin juga, update juga.
from the other team. But then from there it's a mind game all the way.
Terus gua mau ngerjain ini juga sih apa video tri PUBG M. Ya sudah. Ada.
Also full guns, full armor on the side of Optic.
But no op for Ye.
Yeah.
And that is such a key for him. No way. They already smoked this off early. The trip is too far away. Forsaken is deep in B right now. And once again, Ye is caught.
Ayo. Forsaken udah di benching.
Forsaken behind enemy lines. How long does this trap lay in wait?
Here. The optimal thing here would definitely be to maybe poke at A, get Ye to rotate.
Ih, nggak dapet, Cok.
And the Prowler doesn't spot it.
I mean, it touched him.
Wah.
He's all the way through A-Link.
Tahan anjing. Main guys. Oi. Nice.
Is able to take care of one. Forsaken.
King whiff.
Now they know
Nice.
there's someone behind enemy lines.
The
leader for Optic down. Number still in favor of Paper X as a spike makes its way through. The Crashies tries to get it back. No.
40 seconds. Ye is almost in the sight right now. I don't think they know.
Backset. Wait. Wait, timing.
Just the wrong time. The Nightfall comes through. Marved again in a clutch situation. 1v2 against Divine Forsaken.
They both went hell. This is so good.
Not spotted. But he has no idea.
Cover going out. They heard the TP, so he's expecting them to think he's up top.
Gak ngeliat, gak ada duit, minjem ke emaknya.
Crashies, who was stuck A long, and then Ye walking out as well, but one flank was better than the other. If that flash connected for Ye, maybe there was an opportunity, but Forsaken rips them apart. And that was so fast. Again, they're immediately spotting that trip.
Teriak si Jason.
Really far back, so you can smoke it off like you're going to do a pop into B and dodge it entirely.
Maybe a little something fast coming out of Optic down too long. That's exactly it. There's a paranoia. The dash goes through. Ult online for Victor, but there's no one home.
They're going to keep pushing, though. And they have players watching from top window.
He's got to find value. Man, that's so far away. How does he still get a kill?
He's got himself in an interesting spot. The Prowler is so good.
Mess has a rolling thunder, but he's so far away. Rez comes through. As Paper X trying to weather the chaos that's thrown their way. And they find themselves with the numbers advantage yet again.
And that was a wall.
Ayo kecek guys.
But do they expect another push? This one from A lobby. The trip is down, so there's no way they know.
Flankers getting flanked upon flanks. Weapon upgraded for Crashies as he continues his voyage.
Finesse has a rolling thunder. He could definitely invest it here.
Is he going to use it? Steps right up. Early bit of utility initially, and Crashies is there.
Mampus
He's
lu.
been spotted. Divide taking first the flash swings through. Finesse came
Udah dapat info. Di garas ada.
How do they approach this? The spike goes down. It seems like Crashies is going to try to reposition. Perhaps they play off that rolling thunder once the wall goes down.
Devi's just shoulder peeking long, so he knows Crashies are repositioned at this point.
Aduh, malah ngepick.
Gives Crashies away.
Mampus.
Even off the flash, he's not able to find anything.
Hey, pelurunya habis bangset.
PRX get to 5.
And that's 5 in a row.
Hello, Tarek.
5 in a row
Watch
for
party.
PRX, where it really doesn't feel like Optic. At least in that round, that was an eco. They go for their own aggression, but it gets shut down. Good attempts from Marv to TP in, but
Time out.
every time they're so
time
good in
out.
spawn there. Divide with the double Prowler to shut down Marv. It's so hard to deal with when those reactions are so good to your initial plan that should catch people off guard.
And the economy on the side of Optic has felt sus at best for the entire half. I think they've had, what, 2 gun rounds?
Saves so far. Yeah, 2 saves so far.
Certainly not where they want to be. You see Optic call a timeout as they try to regain control on the situation. Again, opener in a best of 3. History on the line for both of these teams. And man, Paper X, they look entirely unfazed.
And it's interesting for them to go to Haven. It's actually very difficult to deal with this veto entirely if you're Optic. But Haven is the map that they were straying away from at the beginning of the tournament because of their losses in NA, because of their loss to XSET. And it was very similar situations on their first half defensively, struggling. And right now, definitely looking the same type of way, unless Optic right here, out of the timeout, which they've been great at, especially in playoffs. But it has to start here.
Well, you're going to have EA with the tour. They're going to have to deal with 3 ultimates on the side of Paper X, including Jim.
Victor loves to go for these early info peaks with the speed that he gets from the high gear.
You want to play? Let's play.
But he doesn't even, so that does speak. Oh, what is that? The satchel up.
Woo!
Yay!
Oh gitu anjing.
What an attempt!
You cheeky son of a
Wall.
gun. Now they understand there's no aggression
Triknya
coming down.
gila.
They're gonna drop a cosmic divide and turn their attention.
Jadi
towards
wallnya di along tuh.
Bell's gonna keep working it, at least for now.
Wall Sage. Lu tahu yang jam ini updraftnya Jet nggak kalau pakai kunai itu? Ya itu. Pas di wall si Jingnya itu kan pakai res, loncat di itu di atas wallnya. Jadi kelihatan alongnya.
Reaction so far from Optic to the number of shenanigans here.
Baru.
Putting the cosmic divide down to kind of a challenge, and a lot of teams will. But Optic decide not to, and PRX now has wasted a lot of utility. The Seize is gone, the nade is gone.
Tapi itu harus cepet-cepet ngepick anjir, kalau enggak bakalan kepala hilang. Ayo sabar, persikan.
While this Prowler's going A long right now,
Lu kalah angle.
Optic is super comfortable. They've got the trademark down short, and Ye holding an off angle long. So they're not worried about it, and that's why they stacked this site.
Jing dashing his way forward. The showstopper's not going to find any value.
Nice.
Around. He gets the kill with the Vandal instead. There's the Rolling Thunder that we've been waiting for. They're going to try to take the space back. The thing is with 15 seconds left, they don't have time
Nice.
for a plan B. They have to go forward. And the green wall does not relent. Optic gets a 3.
And that's out of the timeout again for Optic.
Nih,
They're
defender
good in those
Optic
situations.
gila,
That was a great adjustment. And they also got hit with that ridiculous Jing boost right here. Doesn't find Yang.
Duh, kena
That
itu
could have
lagi.
changed everything because the setup was hinging on him.
Natap.
That short trademark and then the stack because of it is wonderful stuff. The response is going to be definitely let's challenge this setup that Optic is putting on. But they should know that there was 2 beginning of the round.
Victor spotting that haunt early on. Roomba clearing out garage. As you see the barrage of bullets follow shortly after. And there it is. Open
Bye.
again in favor of Jing.
Round after round, they're finding this. A flash for Victor. And Jing wants to punish!
He's insane. He's actually insane.
Dapat itu harusnya 2, cowok.
Operator in the hands of Ye. Forsaken has one too.
Ih, expect dong. Ayo dong.
He might not. He
Gak
didn't.
dapat, mampus.
Divide did.
Aduh.
Victor gets the kill. Op still in play for Ye. Nothing found yet. Benkai has worked his way up short. The wall goes up again. Is Benkai trying to get the high ground? He's gonna spot Ye. He's gonna land the
Get
shot.
it.
He's gonna get the kill.
Aduh, nice.
Not able to get the
Davai.
second to 1v1. Crashies. Divide.
Ih, Davai.
Crashies swinging around the corner. He hasn't gotten the timing.
Ya.
On the other side, he
Woo!
shots and Divide turns on him.
No way. And that's crushing. He definitely had the shot. And I was just saying at the beginning of the round to myself, Victor's starting to go for these peaks. They're starting to go for those flash aggressions in middle. So the confidence was building after the round win, but that is... Oh, he's going to be hating himself. And he's great in those situations. Crash is one of the best 1v1 players we have in NA.
Ya, kalau bangun. Nggak tahu. Jam 10 paling. Jam 10. Hah? Di atas lah. Di atas aja. Oh, mampus lu. Ricky. Mampus lu, nggak bisa kemana-mana nih. Bam. Hilang. Ah, mampus. Ace.
What a beautiful sound. What can Marv find with the shorty? He's gonna 1v5 this thing. What do you think?
Hey!
Forsaken gets the ace.
Our first ever global crowd ace. And the paper people will love having it.
Ding anjing.
These first shots clean. Optic trying to rush the site.
Gila.
And the spray transfer good from Forsaken. He's up at 14 and 6 now with that round.
I mean, they've got him on a silver platter too. What a good guy. Guns back in the hands of Optic. You see on the timeline, other than round 8, it's been all PRX.
Huh?
Optic feel like they're hemorrhaging.
For second, chamber.
Double satchel up. Just the single satchel.
Is there a challenge?
Oh, timing anjing.
That one's shorter, so I don't actually think Jing could get the angle. But it also gives ideas of him hiding there with no information from Optic where he peeks it later.
Crashies use a trailblazer there to clear out
Ini
long.
tel apaan anjir itu apaan?
Now off the smoke, perhaps they can pop flash and make any sort of threat.
Tapi lu main game.
They can follow up with a flash with Victor stuns. They don't.
Matiin lah.
Hiburannya gua.
No challenge yet.
Yeah, his angles are just so solid. He's up to old levels of first kill success, but so far this game, he's fragging. But not necessarily when he gets the op in his hands. And they're pivoting again. Dude, another round where Forsaken is deep in the site before any contact has been made.
Dapat. Tuh.
Idea!
Benar.
Once again gets behind enemy lines. Crashies just 10 ways for it. Takes his ear off like Van Gogh. Forsaken no longer around.
Ah, bingung kan lu, Krisis?
I do they even try it? I mean, what do they do?
Swapping the ops around. Yeah, he's got the Vandal now.
Yo, halt.
Oh begitu, lu ngambil-ngambil di pinggir-pinggir gitu, paham gak sih?
Slow makes it so difficult, and there's a star there to turn into
Drone,
a
yeah.
grapple.
Iya.
With the nade.
Absolutely right. And it's all
Susah anjir, gue belokin mouse-nya itu patah-patah itu.
in so much trouble. In a 1v2
Whoa.
and he's slow into a 1v1. Mind Freak's so weak. He gets a tap.
Hot.
Pulls off.
Wait.
He's laying the shots as Ye gets 4.
Nice.
But he's not gonna have enough time.
Gak ada duit, 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 gak ada
Good
duit.
attempt from Ye, but surely they can't let Forsaken walk into the site.
Oh, he didn't even get it to half there. That was so close.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
The vibe's good all around for PRX as they're flirting with the 9-3 half.
Gak ada duit, gak ada duit.
Sebelah apa udah pas main, gimana caranya? Mainnya lebih berisik banget ya, bocah.
Ya di kuburan lah.
Victor gets the first
Tapi
with Guardian. Ye gets the second.
Just wall down mid, spam the first, and then continue with the aggression. Nobody's playing on site, but they have the utility to really challenge fast.
Forsaken so far away though. He's not behind any lines. He hasn't gotten into a troublesome spot. Jing gets the spike down. Note again the life eye for Optic. Finesse has a Spectre. Is it gonna matter?
Mampus.
Jing goes forward. The Prowler paves the way. The show's
Tuh nggak dapat 2.
No kills yet.
Dapat. Jing.
Jing 3 HP.
Oh.
Finesse gets it. Ye does 2. Divide into 1v3 to close out the half. Almost gets
Satu.
there. He does
Satu
manage to
lagi.
get the first.
Ah, satu lagi.
No, not like this.
Wow.
Not like this. The Red Bull clutches. He gets 4 to close out the half. Unreal.
Sinting.
Bai is a monster in these low man situations. The 2 versus 4 earlier, and then this here, a backbreaker as the half ends. Gotta watch this again. And they were all so low. Finesse just a classic too.
We talk about Forsaken. We talk about Benkai, Jing, but Divai is having himself a day. Let's head down to the desk, see what they think about that.
Wow, what a half of Valorant that is.
Sinting. 78K. Gila, bah. Oh iya, gue belum judi anjing, lupa. Gila, cemana ini bah? Bentar guys. Arr. Pinting kali bah. Balik lagi.
Say you move into the next half for Optic, the things that were going wrong for you at this point, you know, Forsaken's not going to be lurking on the defense side.
Sure.
Well, I say that. You might end up seeing it, but even still, it's not stuff that you can take from that first half of what to adjust into the next one, because the sides are swapping around and they're going to be playing this more defensive side of comp. How Optic deal with this is going to be super intriguing, because if they end up losing this map, the rest of the series might be looking incredibly one-sided.
Gotta remember, Optic's map pick, as you said, if they lose it, there are big questions to be had.
Yeah, we have a quick tech pause here. Something is going on the side of PRX. We're going to try and sort that out as quickly as we can. But I got to say, how uncharacteristic is this of Optic to be losing those clutches? They lost a 3v1.
Right.
When was the last time we seen Optic in that position?
Yeah, they've just been a little bit sloppy, I think, when it comes to these retakes. It's clear that that's their game plan. They're often playing off-site for the retake situations, but you can't do that against this composition, this setup. If you're giving them the opportunity to set up 3 Sage walls and block off one avenue for it, it makes the retake, the fast, bursty retake with the flashes, so much harder to play for. And that's what this comp wants from Optic. I feel like they should have been fighting way earlier for map control and fighting them before they let them set up in the post plants in the first place. But they were really struggling to keep a tight-knit defensive protocol, I think, and not let those lurks come through.
I will give Optic the benefit of the doubt here, is that if you look over their Haven over this, and of course Haven as a map just being one of those maps that you know is going to have a bit of attacking sidedness, I looked over at what they've performed so far in Copenhagen. They've won 83% of their attacking rounds and a mere 40% of their defensive rounds on this map. So if there is a half for them to come back on, this is one of their strongest attacking maps. This is something they can bring back. It is not outwardly for them to be able to do so.
But also Victor, he's going to have to show up on the attack side, Bren. I know it's been a loss so far, but I think if they want a chance in this, he's got to do something here.
Yeah, it's a player that we haven't really mentioned that much as well in the pre-show, but honestly, a lot of Optic's wins are incredibly contingent on that guy playing really well. Victor having a good game on the Neon or the Jet, whatever they're putting him on these days, is honestly so important for them. He does end up having a good moment. And in the middle portion of this first half, you did see those big moments. Victor was able to return a lot of the kills and over-aggression from PRX, but overall, I mean, he is sitting second in terms of optics for his team right now as well. He is putting
Bentar.
I don't want to single him out as an individual that needs to, you know, step up, because I think he has been playing well in the first half. It's come down to the more game plan, I think, of how they were adjusting to the way PRX were playing. And now, like I said prior, you've got to switch it up again as you go to the next half.
Yeah, well, the tech issue has been resolved now, and it's time to go into the second half and throw this back to Doug and Baller.
Thank you so much, Sue. Yes, we figured out the tech pause. Bala, Optic have been here before. In fact, this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, just last match against PRX. And this time they're on the attack side of Haven, which has not been stellar, although this tournament so far, quite good. And this is why Victor on the Neon has been phenomenal on the entries, at least since playoffs has began.
Oke, udah mulai, Cok.
Jing is to Forsaken opener on the pistol round.
Let's fucking go.
False sense of security, and Jing's got the
Tuh,
frenzy.
gua barusan ngeposting, bikin tweet. Kalau PRX juara, gua botak.
Head to head, this guy's been nuts.
And even if Jing doesn't get a kill here, he should get a lot of info as to what's going on, but he does. He gets a kill, and it's a big one.
Wah, sinting.
Across the screen, but he's not able to get the kill.
Bye.
Circadian clicks as he gets the kill.
Wonderful stuff. And it's calculated from PRX. We talked about the false sense of security. First off, obviously you know Forsaken's gonna go walkabouts, but then he TPs away, and then he also sets up Jing for this ridiculously difficult position to flush out. And he lets a few by too. I mean, so difficult. And there's not even a bomb plant, nothing like that for Optic, so this is gonna be a tough road back.
Yeah, this is trouble. You see, even just there, Victor wanting to take that aggressive space, but the slower from Benkai just kind of stops it dead in its tracks. But there's aggression all over the map, man. Look across A main. And there's going to be a fight in garage too.
Tuh, dapat lagi kanan.
He doesn't spot the player right next to him. Finesse is able to clean him up. Benkai.
Dapat ini dah, gas sih.
That hurts.
Yep.
Kayaknya gue ngambil kalimat gue lagi deh. Gue tarik omongan gue deh. Kalau gue mau botak. Optic time out guys. Udah kalah mental guys. Sinting.
Brent mentioned it on the desk. He's been ridiculously good in the playoffs. Everybody else around him, while they've still been okay, it hasn't been the same Marv that we saw in the group stage. It was trying to carry them through losses in certain instances against.
Wah, gila.
And 11-3 is definitely not where they expected to be on their map pick.
No, absolutely not. I mean, the Diegesis coming into this was Optic, or top of the world.
Gua nggak peduli copyright lah.
Yeah.
But they've just been like a swiftly fading shadow since they got into this match.
And ever looming too is the shadow of Bind. That's next. And we already have seen Bind once in this tournament for PRX, and we saw it last tournament too, and it shook
Mulai
the world.
pusing. Ya.
And it's former defined figures actually of Optic on Bind. They looked so good on that map, but it's crazy to think that we're going to potentially go in there and they're not the favorites. That's crazy.
I mean, knowing what's on the other side, knowing what's set up for map 2, and then having been punched in the mouth the way they have so far, mentally, how do you even think about that?
Yep.
That's just wild. See a tech pause coming through. We'll get you all figured out. Get back into the action as soon as possible. But for now, Optic.
Tactical pause.
On what's happened, and it's not pleasant.
And even just the first 2 rounds have given them a lot to think about.
Keringetan deh guys. Keringetan deh. Kikuk.
And it's the
Bal itu AC banyak ya guys. Minum terus
aggression
sampai beser.
going against the ridiculous pace that PRX.
Wih, ini chill loh. Ngambil dari gelas gini. Yes. Timbang yang tadi.
On your side where you're trying to aggress, and then the 2 sides that PRX as well.
Absolutely.
And that is so chaotic.
Cheers, bro.
As a player, as an IGL, as the pacemakers yourself. Meanwhile, PRX are so happy to be in that position. They just have such autonomy among all players. They can do whatever they want. It feels like at a whim.
Again, if you are just joining us at home, that score is not a typo. It is an 11-3 half map for PRX so far, as it seems like they're trying to put Optic away. Looks like we're out of this tech pause, again, back into the action as soon as possible. So let's take this moment to re-ground ourselves on what's going on here. We'll take a look at economy, ultimates, and everything in between. Looks like a spotty buy as far as armor goes, but for Optic, they will have full guns, while PRX, they're going to be padding up that bank.
Yeah. The bonus on deck, and they haven't been amazing in these. About the same as Optic, but here's the pace. This is going to be a C crunch, actually, all the way through C Link for Victor. What a smoke from Mind Freak.
Oh, but Benkai slipped through, and Benkai gets 2. He was in garage the whole time. And they'd wrapped around him, and it didn't matter. Now Victor's left in the
Victor.
second. Victor falls, Paper X, map point.
Aku senang.
The biggest beatings we've seen from Optic. 12 to 4 off that game against PRX that we were mentioning. And that was in the and their money is broken. Their soul's broken.
Thank you.
Odin Gimang, let's go.
And Ye is sitting in the window. If he shows
Yang
himself,
penting
he's dead.
menang anjing.
But
The
Mampus.
round's already been capsized as they're baptized by fire.
Let's fucking go.
5v3 already.
Gila.
also good for Paper X and Forsaken.
Odin yo Gimang yo.
Sewers and Victor, the last player left. In the
Rabas
trying
aja
to hold
bos.
on to that one.
And you know, maybe another how poor they've been in clutches. It just doesn't matter.
Let's go.
Paper X to start this series, and if that's not a statement going into Bind Bowl, I don't know what is.
Yeah, and they certainly showed up in front of the crowd to start things off. What a game. And what I think is the biggest defeat I think Optic has faced on an international stage.
Brutal one.
Yo JJ bro, let's go.
Here. The path only gets harder. The death said this is a must-win map. And obviously I don't think that they think that way, but boy, oh boy.
But low key, I mean, yeah, kind of.
Do we all think that?
I mean, we had clutches, we had aces, we had everything Paper X just in full form here. And for whatever reason, it just seems like Optic like to do it the hard way. They start off tournaments very slow.
Ying.
They're starting this off very slow, but yeah, obviously that's not the path you want to take.
Not at all. And you wondered if Bind was going to be in the map pool coming into this, if Optic was going to go stray away from Icebox. And I do think that the argument from their perspective was a hard one for them to accept.
Sure.
But everybody, I think, believed that maybe they should take that off. Maybe they should challenge them on Icebox or Breeze instead.
It is very Optic, right? To like take that fight head on. We'll see what happens on Bind on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.
Ah. Tot. Gua mau judi cepet. Duit gua 5.835. 5.835. Let's fucking go, bro. Yo. Yo, ayo. Ayo Persija. Go ye. Yo, ayo. Gua nge-tweet ah. Gua nge-tweet ini sih, Cok. Siapa sih? PRX Davai. Beneran Davai yang ini kan ya? PRX Davai, benar. So, bukan tarik nih. Tadi gue nge-tweet ini emang ke-tweet ya? Ding. Siapa anjing? Full tawa, full senyum. Ini sih yang keren sih. Sinting, sumpah.
Almost gets two there. He does manage to get the first. Couple members weak. No, not like this. Divine, not like this! They snap Jing 3 HP. Finesse gets it. Ye does two. Divine in a 1v3 to close out the
Sinting,
half.
sumpah. Yang itu si Davai bet dah. Ngentot bet dah. Ing.
Still up in heaven. Oh, but he's been spotted. He's been had.
Then Kai. Check.
Ini kalau jatuh gimana ya si Benke ya bangset. Bentar gue ngambil chargeran dulu. Benke. Ini juga ini kalau misalkan 2-0 buka baju langsung ya merinding anjing sumpah demi apapun. Yoru Bain Yoru? Yakin? Kamu yakin Yoru, Jason?
Taken up for great things when he's playing that Euro.
My biggest worry is that when you go up against a team like PRX,
Yoru?
which is their absolute home playground,
Really Yoru?
about as if they know it better than anyone else. And
Are you Yoru?
is that if you're Optic, you actually have to prepare for your opponent. You can't play
It's
your best
fucking
Valorant,
Yoru?
having to adapt to what the best Valorant is on the other side of the coin there. That's PRX. That's going to be the most difficult because you're not focused on what it is you need to do. You're focused on what it is they are doing and how you adapt to that. That's very complex.
Yeah, I had a chat with Chet today, earlier this morning when I saw him, and he said to me, our win condition today is not worrying about PRX. He was like, I just have to do what we do, because the second you alter your game plan, specifically just worrying about the Yoru and them, he feels like that's when you lose.
I think he's honestly on the right track in terms of the mentality, because you cannot really prepare for this Eurocomp. They will pull out plays that they have never done before in competitive history. They will combo their utility in ways you cannot prepare for. And that is the biggest key, I think, that Optic has.
Yoru?
They have moving into this series is that experience and being able to adapt on the fly. That's what they're going to lean into now when we're heading into Bind. And I kind of agree with you.
Yeah, keringetan. Keringetan.
I think they will have to be incredibly reactive. In fact, they're going to have to be one of the best reactive teams that we've seen throughout this entire tournament. And reacting whilst also implementing your own plan, that is a high level amount of gameplay that you will only see on a stage like this. So this is the kind of thing that Optic need to put up. This is unreal.
Yeah, Vanessa's just speaking at a million miles an hour.
That's what happens when Daddy calls. You know that, friend. You know that. I will say though, Optic, they are a Masters winner. It is the same roster. They haven't changed anything. These guys, they have what it takes to win. Jess, as we head into the Prime Gaming Agent Select, what would you say is their biggest win condition here on this buy?
Are we talking about Optic here?
Yes.
I think it's reacting to what they see and being tighter. I think they weren't tight enough on map number 1. Their fundamentals, I said, is something that they're very good at, but they themselves were not able to display it. And do we get to change it all?
Yeah.
Is that what we're seeing here?
Enggak Yoru bangsat.
I believe they run this again, but my memory is lacking, so I can't remember if they played it too much in officials. But it's a different look.
So smart.
And yeah,
It's so smart.
PRX do this. I mean, honestly, even FPX did it.
Udah ketebak.
So much that it became easy to prepare for. But this throws a wrench into things, because now if Optic are prepared for this Eurocomp, they're going to find a different one staring back at them.
Ya enggak Yoru guys.
PRX think they're prepared, but they haven't, and they've already given away the ace up their sleeve. They may have been able to give away one of their biggest.
Permainan baru. Permainan baru di Bind. 4 second no Yoru gaming.
Optic, but at the same time, I feel like nobody wants to play against the Yoru anyway.
This could be a good opportunity for Optic to take this map, though, now.
Yes.
Now that they're playing against something that, I mean, I think the Euro is a comp where you can't prep for it even if you know it's coming, because it's so overwhelming at times. But this is a comp they understand. This is a comp that people have played against them before.
You say that, I actually don't think the Euro was one of their biggest win conditions. I think taking space with Jing and being able to flash in him.
Soalnya kemarin itu udah gampang kebaca, Cok.
Regardless, I think the Euro, it's flashy, it's nice, it's all of those things. But I don't specifically think that was the win condition for them on their attacking side. So maybe
Gua
on the
nge-tweet
defensive
dah.
getting intel.
Why you know Yoru anjing?
But I think on the attacking side, they'll be safe and set with Jing.
I would love to know what's going through SNS and Chet's mind right now, seeing those agents that's coming in. And I also love to know what Doug and Bala make of this. Over to you guys.
Jason,
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little disappointed that we're not getting Yoru.
let's fucking go.
But I'm also in agreement that it throws out the wrenches and the prep that FNS and Chat definitely have done on this map.
Kenapa nggak Yoru ngentot?
Trying to deal with that
Yoru ngentot gimana anjing?
Even if you try, you really can't. But PRX throw the ultimate juke.
Sumpah dingin pisan
To this composition that you see here on your screen, Optic got beaten, they got battered on map 1, and now they have a chance to punch back map 2.
So as we start this, by the way, Bren was right about the comp. This is something that they played PRX multiple times.
Ini permainan baru sih.
Here to Copenhagen.
Mampus!
Opening crack for Forsaken onto Ye.
Why?
Crashes gets 3. Perhaps a bit greedy. Not able to land the 4th. Victor does, though. Pistol goes in favor of Optic. That's the start they needed.
That was beautiful stuff from Crashies to swing through their own molly, which obviously didn't get much value, didn't vulnerable anybody, but wow. Then the nade from Victor too on the tap of the orb.
Well done.
3 orang, Cok.
And this is the situation that you always get scared of with Optic is as soon as they lose, man, you get a chip on their shoulder larger than anything, especially when it's a stomp like it was on map 1.
It's like you've poked the beast in a lot of ways. buy up here from PRX. You see the utility across showers.
A lot early spent.
Yeah. Mollies, nades, a little bit of everything, really.
Trailblazer through, spots both outside of bathroom. So Marv will decide whether he wants to stay or whether they want to set up a nade play.
They have 2 here. It's well done.
Yay to receive in lamps too while they worry about Forsaken.
He's going to teleport away to safety. There's a shorty.
Bro.
Jay takes care of Dubai.
Bro.
Comes through. His Mind Freak is left in a 1v4.
Launching smoke.
That was a really, really well played round in all regards to the manner. Mind Freak might have a lot to say about it though, and they have actually rotated off of B. If Finesse is fast enough, he'll be able to cut off the TP.
Against 3.
Ampus. Hehe, dia nge-pick lagi si Ye.
Kill on the Finesse is ridiculous, but they did have the proper setup, and that was definitely an improvement on the last maps. Anti-eco. And this is why we're so terrified. Look at the record for PRX.
That's outrageous.
But it is different now, slightly. So what did they lose without the Yoru? I think they lose a lot of the map presence that Yoru was able to provide. He could be on one side of the map and then in the blink another, at least on this attack side. They also lose the immense amount of mind games that go through with the TPs.
Finesse has a shorty here, light armor. Again, you see the Trailblazer.
Kenapa nggak pakai?
Info gather while PRX tests the water towards a short. Trying to sneak the way up around the utility as the Viper wall goes down. No challenge had yet.
Smoke down. Cheeky wall drop though. Trying to find Victor there after the boom bot.
Yeah. He tucks into the smoke. Benkai on the tap. The nade comes through. No plant yet. No easy way to flip the map either. You see Forsaken is
Wait. Balik for a second.
trying to go aggressive. But he hasn't swung out yet.
Wait.
There he comes.
Wait.
She's one. Not
Nice.
able to get the second.
Davai.
2v2. Zorro strike drops.
Ya Tuhan ya Lord, 13 XP loh.
Dubai has been iced
Ya
in this situation, but
Tuhan.
gets it this time. Optic gets a 3.
Risky decision there with 13 HP from Ye to hold on to it, but he has been phenomenal. 18 kills in the first game. Follow was a fast one. And Finesse only had a judge there too, so I'm not sure how fast he would have been able to recover the weapon if Ye fell here. Ooh, that was crispy. The ADS at the same time. And here we go, converted bonus. It's this moment right here where PRX really went on a streak on the last map, and Jing with the stinger. In the Fnatic game, he was ridiculous on that thing, bringing it back from the depths of prior patches.
Can do it. 2-0, cok.
Dashes his way forward.
Seekers for Crashies to re-clear. Marv 2 finds the opener on Mind Freak.
And now the Molly too. They're just gonna flip the map.
Really great re-clear for Optic with that Molly. The smoke coming up at the same time. Crashies is spotted, nobody's sand, so Victor and Marv are on notice.
Jing
Oh.
falls. Great response, but Forsaken still able to cause problems. 4v3 here. As you hear just gunfire erupt across the site. Ye's there to welcome
Oh.
Forsaken. Dubai and Benkai follow suit.
Gila, cok.
Does this feel a little bit like something we've seen here, Doug?
Yes, it does. I'm getting deja vu flashbacks.
We were here 4 days, no, what is it? 5 days ago since we've seen these teams play. And they got stomped map 1 and then stomped back on map 2. It's only 4-0, PRX with a timeout. Now Alex is gonna talk to the team and figure out how to plug the gaps like they did on Haven.
Yeah, it is early, but you can kind of feel
Tadi tulisannya terlalu idiot ya.
thickening in the air before a storm. Optic are in a position here to where they can make something happen.
Yeah. Typically the storm is Forsaken walking into the site.
Yeah, that is
right? And without Yoru, this map is so impossible. It's not like Ascent, it's not like Haven in the sense that you can pull rotations and then jump out of a choke silently. The only place you can do that really is 8 lamps. And they've tried. They definitely have.
Again, with that Yoru comp in mind, oftentimes you have to believe none of what you see and half of what you hear, right? But with this, it's much more expected, right? It's a bit more run of the mill. You kind of know what you're getting.
Well, wouldn't necessarily say with PRX that it'll anytime be run of the mill ever, right?
It is PRX.
And I will say, Jing right now has not gone for much fast aggression. For example, the double satchel that Optic loved to do down into the bathrooms, he did do that a lot in the prior match as well. But this time he's really been focused on Hookah. Yay, a big angle.
Oh, Mind Freak with a similar one. And they're getting a challenge at the same time. Ye wins his duel. Can Mind Freak? No.
Aduh.
Optic get 2.
And Benkai playing catch up, but Optic falling way away. Ye's already here on the B site.
Cheng is still flirting around in Hookah, but the spike is on the other side of the map. Looks like it's going to join him.
Masa ya map 3, cowok?
Spots Victor, shots not landing.
Wall allows him to fall back. Meanwhile, Finesse has pushed himself all the way into Octagon, so Ye has to challenge Jing, and
Nice, Jing. Nice.
And he gets a second.
Nice, Jing.
Finesse was able to take care of Divide, but that was it. Now Jing was 70 HP.
Molly can take it down fast.
Be careful, Yaki gets the spike down, and he manages to preserve his life. He tries to get up top, 24 HP. He's
Ooh.
no antics this time. Marv cleans him up. They're going to get the defuse.
Rapih banget, cowok, mainan Optic.
In a row, too. And Marv now has the ult. Victor has the ult, too. We've seen so many.
Habis lagi jajanan gua. Pak, lu ada jajanan nggak, Pak? Mau
along here. Just running it by himself, playing the TP, playing his anchor. And Ye is too fast for that.
And really the one bright spot on the first map. You see he's able to continue his antics, but this time it's war by committee. Crashy's playing very well as well.
Alex not happy about this round, or at least the match, how it's going so far.
Sort of force through, a flash down long towards Fountain. And once again, space taken on showers from Optic. Look at the pressure that they're already able to apply. Victor has no way out of this. He's gonna go forward, and he gets one with the showstopper! Tries to get the second, and he does!
Gila, Victor itu loh.
Into trap plays of their opponents.
Wah.
They're just jumping through the decay there, and Finesse is just able to clean it up. Marv on the TP, though, does give Mind Freak a little something.
He's gonna need a lot of something.
Udah kejebak. Udah.
Finesse is getting 3Ks, Optic get to 6. We thought it was a whirling dervish of pain on the side of PRX before. Yeah. I mean, come on.
They thought they had Victor dead to rights with that nade, with the molly as well, which would have instantly killed him.
Yeah, it was a great setup.
And then Finesse as well, who set up the showstopper as well.
Biasa aja sih tadi. Menang biasa aja anjing bangsat.
Zero.
They've got to do something here. Jing has a showstopper.
Ayo comeback ayo. Ayo. Ya kalah udah.
Benkai falls.
Surprised they actually walk into that knowing that Ye wasn't on an angle here on long. Forsaken got deep up there before he TP'd. And they walk into it.
Ye's still concealed. They don't know he's here.
Teleport's ready.
How do they even clear?
I don't know that you do. The one real thing they have here is Jing's Stinger. But he's not in a position to satchel out a hookah or anything like that. They haven't even taken hookah because of the alarm bot that's there. Well, now they know the outs there.
Bangsat, moles doang, ngentot.
Chunk of damage.
to set up Forsaken there with his shoulder peek. Forsaken definitely could have found some value there.
Yeah, missing the shot. The threat is there. They know that they've lost Suka.
Ken, how do you get through this wall? This is a full fuel Viper wall right now.
Here.
And they're out of options. They have to go through.
The one thing they have is Devi's ult, but
Last player standing.
nothing really you can do here. Devi with the clean.
Ente.
Even cleaner. Optic 7.
Masa dibalik bantai, ayo dong, come on.
Response from Optic. 7-0 after losing that first game, the worst they've ever lost on international stage.
You know I like quoting famous philosophers.
I do. People have no clue.
Oh, no.
The Hulk angle sih susah sih, Cok.
It's a wise
Got
man,
5 seconds.
Marshawn Lynch, who said everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. PRX had a plan, they changed the compositions, but dog, they've had nothing.
Yep. And they're going back again for this aggression. Last time it was Mind
Devi.
This time Devi. And the Prowler spots him, so other players are going to be able to join. Optic cannot chew off more here. And they won't. All they'll net themselves is one amazing ultimate here. The Seekers on this map. As the rotations come through. One thing they're certainly missing.
Dan pick satu-satu aja.
And they're not going to be able to clear Ye off this angle. And there it is. Jing falls. The pivotal instrument towards this B hit that consistently comes in for PRX.
Mass rep beneath the 2UC gets repositioned as Nightfall comes through. Ye still with the operator, just unfortunately not able to land the shots as Mind Freak's able to clean up Finesse too. The orbital strike
Mampus.
causes problems for now.
Let's fucking go.
They push their way forward.
Saatnya untuk memenangkan.
Crashies and Victor on the other side. Victor
Ini kenapa mati sama facial?
Forsaken on the plant. Mind Freak weak. Crashies.
Bro, nice man flick.
Victor's
Aduh.
himself and he cannot. PRX are on the board.
The mineral itu ya.
One round here on their attacking side. A place where they cause so much problems over and over. Right now, Optic seems to be completely happy with what they're throwing at them. I do think that PRX on that round, they were in a position that I certainly did not expect them to be able to win, especially after that orbital strike. It felt like 3 players were mollied in the middle of that, so quite shocking. They've got 2 players boosted up on elevation here, and they haven't
Gimana
been
caranya
this
naik
quite a while,
anjing?
so Optic making the perfect play.
We have lift off.
Wih, gak dipencet.
The showstopper finds nothing as Marv gets him. 4v4 here, you hear the Viper's pick come through. Zenkai tries to shroud what he's up to on the side, and he does. Forsaken takes care of Ye. Demons exercise as PRX look to put together a beautiful round.
Ayo expect heaven.
How do Optic get back into this? I mean, they have money for days, so sure. Risk it.
Dapat ini Forsaken. Puh. Dapat lagi ya Forsaken.
But Crashy's entirely
Kanan.
They smell blood in the water. But perhaps Crashy is a shark.
Udah.
I'm not on his side though, and you saw
Udah, Cok. Udah.
Mind Freak cleans him up. PRX get the second.
Chance there.
GG.
They took down Mind Freak. Benkai low. W Gaming here, full force. As they cling together too, and this is the streak of rounds that is instrumental to success right now. Shut down the momentum, the motivation from Optic. For Marv to shut down
Optic
the showstopper
7-2.
early. They thought that was a win.
Tadi PRX map pertama menang. 12 berapa gitu, lupa gua. Mapnya PRX.
Waktu dulu di mana?
Bain.
Waktu tadi Heaven.
Iya. Oh. 13-3. Gue lupa ini lagi judi. Lupa judi gue predik ini. Gua ada 5.900.
Apa modal itu?
Gak dapat apa-apa, cuma dapat poin itunya doang.
Terus buat apa?
Ya udah nggak apa-apa, seru-seruan aja.
So these are definitely not, crazy fluke rounds. This is PRX really putting something together here. And they have switched the wall. More traditional here for Benkai to lurk up into the lamps. And oftentimes that is very, very intended to punish Chambers in this situation. And Ye is there at lamps.
Hah? Ya terus ngapain?
So slow.
Ya ke depan lah.
Pace, the fastest, easily.
Tutup. Oh.
Masa jam segini tutup?
Jam berapa sekarang?
Jam...
Bego.
Oh.
Lu, kasar kan
Gak tau gua ya. Weh, jing. Oh fuck, jangan pick satu-satu, absen dong. Mampus.
Wallbang tuh ya?
Wallbang.
Oh gua.
Dari mana aja lu? Ya, ketahuan dong. Mampus. Terlalu fokus itu.
They're TPing out too.
TP dong. Sorry nih bos.
They have the trip up though from Forsaken.
They're trying to storm the gates A, but the rotations are not late.
Mampus.
It's a 1v1. Marv against Benkai. Controllers.
Wow.
But don't come through for Marv. Benkai.
Benkai. Dia nge-whiff banget tembakan dedet gitu. Mau kemana-mana kan tek. Nge-whiff dia. Exit boys.
So good. That clutch rounds. And this is a great comeback after a 7-0. Remember, 7-0. Here's the double satchel from Jing. Slow on the ground.
Ah, mampus. Duh.
Reaction from Victor, but all it nets is a trade.
Oh, bisa TP ya? Raze udah satchel terus TP lagi. Gimana ya? Aduh.
That's exactly where PRX are going. And off of this, Optic with a big numbers advantage. 4v2, mind free.
That's just a judge here. Swing with the flash.
Judge is there. The spam through.
Don't pick. Fuck me, Aaron. Kata Alex.
It's that aggressive pace from PRX that ends up costing them. Their Optic completely ready for the bathroom aggression. Completely ready for both Benkai and Forsaken to try to take some space long.
Masa dibalikin 13-3 lagi sih, Cico?
Not finding as much value as they did. We'll see though. Forsaken, only headhunters here in the final round of the half. Definitely a broken buy here for PRX.
PRX was a non-existent buy, man.
Culik terus Jing. Mampus. Wah.
Marv gets a second. You see Victor
Woi.
spot where he's able to welcome them, and Ye with the tour de force on the other side.
Marv in the middle of all that gets that off, but finally a shot missed.
Side, he switches over to the Vandal. Prime side, he switches over to the Vandal. Prime gaming flawless comes through.
Masa dibalikin 13-3 sih, cowok?
A 9-3 half response from
Wah.
after the bludgeoning that they took on map 1.
Ayo Cross, comeback. Ayo. Terus Rere Bredel diaktifkan.
work out for PRX,
Pivot.
at least on this half. And this is what I was mentioning. Marp getting off that orbital strike in the middle of fighting on both sides. Perfect for EA to be able to pinch them as they go for the TP.
An excellent response out from Optic. Watch the throne, because kings kill when princes feel power.
We're going
Ayo, let's go.
Thank you very much, Bala and Doug. There is another night 3, but this time in the...
Wah, awasnya dibalik ke 13-3 sih ntar. Ayo dong.
Loose, and when they are controlled, when they're running the double control, double smokes, they have to play at a bit of a slower tempo to take map control, and they are struggling because of it. They are struggling so much.
It looked like it took 7 rounds until they were confident enough to take those opening just to take space on the map. That being said, the man on your screen right now was one that was denying them a lot of that space. I think Optic had a perfect read on the power position of the map, and this man was one of the flashes.
Ajaran Jason, goblok.
Optic had one of the best flashes in the entire server, just going, you can't have it.
Ajaran Jason.
But I loved how hard Optic were fighting over this map control. The entire time, Showers was being denied, Hookah was being re-cleared. They were always taking opportunities to essentially punish and play with complete confidence. You've just got flattened on map number 1, and you've come back in, and you're playing with this much confidence, this much gall to be able to take the fight to PRX. I mean, they are just honestly a world-class and a difference team. This is what experience affords you, is opportunities like this to not, just fall quietly into the night. You will fight back tooth and nail, and the fact that it's 9-3 is absurd, but there was adaptations towards the end.
W
Gaming, reclearing the space, taking it back again as we saw in that final clip. There were attempts by PRX, but is it too late? Is it too little? Because they are sitting at that 9-3 scoreline.
We did say they're one of those attacking-sided teams, so to go into a half where you might not be comfortable, you don't have the usual composition that you run right on the map with, I tend to stray away. I mean, I got the green wall wearing today, and I have a nice little stack to throw up for everyone. If you're aware, Optic have won every single map of their opponent so far throughout this tournament. Not just their own map pick, but if their opponent has picked a map, they've won it. 4 of the times that they've gone and they've had to face their opponent's map pick, they've won it. And I think they might make it 5-0.
It's looking like it, isn't it?
I think so too, yeah. Optic are looking great, taking the fight to
Gila, crowdnya
PRX.
cok.
Bounce back here. They have
Lu lihat deh crowdnya tuh cok.
They will have a second chance, whoever loses, and I'm going to throw this over back to Doug and Bala to get back into the second half of Vine.
One half in the books, and if you're a fan of Optic, you're enjoying the tale that's been told so far. Meanwhile, if you're a paper people? What do we go with? Paper people? Yeah, paper people. You're not digging this one.
Ooh, and a fast double satchel again from Victor. And this has been so successful. There's no Brimstone stim here, though, but here we go. That kind of receive.
And the molly to
Oh, the
delay.
pinch!
They're just going for it. Forsaken's there, and once again he gets the opener on the round. The spike, still back Showers, as there are fights all over the site.
And Optic already succumbing a little bit to the aggression that we expect from PRX. They even got
Let's go, PRX, come back.
Yeah, was not able to put it down, so a lot of information here for PRX to work with, and I think at this point,
Mampus lu nge-stuck 4 di A lu. Gak bisa anjing.
and he has a nade.
3 deng.
Finesse so weak too.
Mampus, kedengeran stepnya.
He's going first. No challenge.
Keculik 1. Woi. Oh shit.
It's a 2v2 here though. They're trying
Cok. Woi.
He's got
Jing.
1v1. Yeah,
1v1.
Again, clutches have not
Nice,
been
nice,
on the side
nice.
of Optic so far.
And he knows the information. He's going to plant. Force spawn, no.
Now he's
Kebek.
All the way.
Divai has no idea. And the thing is,
Davai.
right now, EA would
Muncul di beranda gue, Bang. Halo Damar. Welcome. Jangan lupa subrek dan likes-nya Damar.
Wondering what the heck happened here.
goes through the telly again. EA wise as to what's going on. 1 shot left in that headhunter.
You can do it. Davai. You can do it. You can do it. Holy shit.
Divai's eyes, and he's not able to, but he does with the clutch. Yay gets 3, Optic get 10.
Cok. Ih, ngecil banget anjing. Minum alkoholnya.
And the pistol round for the leaders this time too. Optic.
Suzon aja ya, siapa tahu teh manis gitu ya di sono. Di sono ada yang jualan teh manis nggak sih guys? Tahu gue teh manis di Indo doang apa di luar juga ada ya? Di luar jualan teh manis nggak sih guys? Teh manis di stadionnya di stage-nya gitu. Ada yang jualan gitu, kaki 5. Kepalanya.
While Optic looking to spoil that day, they still have the gun advantage.
Jangan dibalikin 13-3 cu, ayo.
Preemptively firing the peak there from Ye, not looking for the problem, looking for somebody walking down with it.
The silence deafening, as PRX have no idea what Optic want to do here. And they're going to go about it the quiet route. Now you see that flash come through. Counter flash, Prowler trying to find something.
Mampus lu.
There's Jing who's able to get the opener, but Victor has made his way in.
Mampus!
Get more with it. You see the investment, it may have worked out.
Mati lu VNS.
40 HP in a 1v3. He's got the spec.
Mau di tangan siapa, Benkai?
Cleans it up. The stinger too good.
PRX has been phenomenal.
Nggak, ini bisa comeback anjing. Let's go.
Before this game they were 2-3. A 40% win rate in that round specifically. And that's not one that they could get massive advantages with, or being able to buy a Vandal or anything like that because of a couple of kills or anything. There's no spike plant money from the defender sides.
Dia nggak baik.
Optic off guard here. Oh, he's hiding in the one-way too. This is old school tech.
They don't know.
Dimatiin, pinter bangsat.
Mampus!
Sorry. Mampus, maksud gue ini yang krisisnya mampus mati.
The dot's cold there. For Optic, not able to actually read the situation.
One enemy remaining.
That Viper orb
comeback. Ini beneran comeback, menang. Gue buka baju.
Actually gives some space on top of that box to peek from. The typical one that we saw, at Reykjavik and
Teori gini guys ya. Guys ya.
Would you look at that? Oh well, we had a little dual op setup.
PRX menang PRX. Kan? Aduh.
The most deceptive of things, but Ye swings around anyway.
Mamam tasyata bujang.
Sleight of hand not on his side. Now it's Benkai who's left outnumbered in a 1v3.
Spike planted.
And how the heck is he?
Okay, Cox. Ayo, let's go, Benkai.
He's back up to 100.
So far away. Those little dinosaur arms that he walked out with, causing serious problems here. As he swings around, and well, he's greeted by a firing squad, courtesy of Optic.
11-5, and while that eco round certainly didn't let this game get completely out of hand for PRX like we saw from Optic in the first map, it's still a long path. Jing there too, definitely should have gotten that kill on the Ye.
Jacob, come here. Get out.
Unlocked. Ye displaying some confidence.
The most unassuming of the group.
Yeah. Usually he's like, that was lucky.
Interesting buy here out from PRX.
Wow.
Well, he had it.
Timing anjing.
He just gets dropped instantly.
That duel is going to be so much fun to watch.
Pursue Benkai with Roomba in his face. Didn't get a chance.
Ya.
As Victor won with the nade, as he's going up top, he's going deeper. He's looking for more Viper's Pit to conceal anything that's happening on the site.
These execute super clean here from Optic.
Wah.
On that spawn door, the pipes execute.
Wah, kacau.
To deal with. And it forces you to be peeking when they're walking out of bathroom. So that's just easy kills to clean up for Optic.
Yeah, I don't think PRX want the heat, man.
And they're going to let him get to match point, but for good reason. If they lost players here, it would have been basically map.
Economy obviously not in great shape either. You see Mindfreak with only 900 credits. Yeah, he's going to bring in the Orbital Strike to the next round.
Aduh. Keculik lagi anjing.
Showstopper's online too. Yeah. For Jinx, now you see two key ultimates online here.
Match point.
As we get up to match point here for Optic. The narrative that we had coming into this map was there's no way Optic come back against a comp, against a team as good at this map as PRX. It looks like the decision to switch away from the prep so far that they've been playing at this tournament.
Ayo guys.
One more chance here for PRX. One more opportunity to keep this map alive. And look at the space they've taken, the haunt, to find something through that smoke potentially, but it doesn't find anything, so they go exploring. And a gap for Benkai too, here in the wall.
Do they check it? Wall goes down.
To be clean.
That's unfortunate. The Molly hit right in the face. Now the nade there, Benkai, nowhere to go. Nothing is safe. As Ye trying to check this tight angle, but he could get leaked out from U-Haul. There's the challenge, Overstrike comes through. We mentioned that ult at the beginning of the round.
Looking for Forsaken too.
Do they rotate back into his lap?
Love the way that Mindfreak is playing this.
He's just waiting. Patiently, he gets a big kill.
Spike down A.
Now knowledge of where the spike is, the Molly to cut things off.
And Forsaken can strike at any point here too. Because information right now is only that Mindfreak's on the flank, but he gets a little greedy and Crashes finds something too. Oh no!
What the fuck?
It's off the rails. But
Nice!
brings it right back. It's now Marv in a 1v2. Benkai weak.
Don't pick Benkai!
He's staring right at it. Averts his gaze. How does Marv do this?
Nice, Benkai.
That's how. PRX get to 6.
Great round for PRX on a number of levels. The one weapon was enough. Save from the last round. And the push immediately down long B. Optic was not set up to receive.
Oh enak ini ya pakai Phantom ya cok.
So he spots that pocket, but Benkai specifically was playing there to counter the Victor double satchel. They won't go for it. They're going to go for that trap play with the Molly elbow.
Kemana anjir Molly-nya?
Double satchel here. All the way down. Forsaken's here though.
No, Benkai drops the spike. They throw short, but the rest of the
Mampus
fight
lo,
is happening.
mampus! Mampus!
And he manages to get one with the showstopper. Optic just
What the fuck,
ye,
ye anjing.
with the tour de force. Hasn't equalized the round quite yet.
Trip just went off, and he also hears the Prowler dug, so he knows exactly where both of these players are.
I have the spike.
And he receives the spike immediately, so a lot of time, a lot of space for him to punish Divide here, who will be in a 1v1. 21-9 for him.
Again, you mentioned that 1v1. Divide playing an elbow, Ye quietly sneaking his way forward. Benkai's still on the other side of the map, as he has so many options before him.
45 seconds too.
Is he going to walk all the way back?
He's got no. He clears everything, so he knows nobody playing close sight at least. Now he sets up his TPs too, so he can.
Ada kedengeran mampus.
Divide just now starting to move. He gets the spike.
Bye, motherfucker! Yay!
He's dead.
And what started a few rounds ago now for PRX is certainly real. This was Again, aggression against aggression. Optic want to go for that double satchel up long. But the classic PRX. This time they actually add Jing to the mix, which just works so well with the showstopper. The
Ben guys, serius banget anjing.
provides so much value, and they're gonna go for it again. And even here, Devi might still send that same exact.
Molinya nyampe kemana sih anjir?
Going to Prowler in the face of the satchel, and he has to throw it in reverse. Nightfall there, and it's going to hit almost everyone. Ye's the only one who's not there. The swing out
Man freak.
doesn't find a ton. It's actually Optical winning these.
Mampus!
It's for PRX. They're not done with bind.
Not at all. They gave themselves a hope with the eco round win. And now a few in a row as Optic need to find a way to close this out. It's not going to be to leave Ye in 1vx situations at the end of every single round. Devi. He joins the stage for the first time this tournament.
Comeback ini mah bisa anjing. Comeback. 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 Tegang. Tegang. Tegang, 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 tegang.
That's crazy. It means Devi was 4-17 before that round. But man, you talk about impact. You're absolutely right.
And there's even more than that. Obviously, you got the 4K in that round, but the Fade Prowler shuts down the actual push from Victor there, who's trying to go around the corner with a flash from Crashies, and it was good.
Oh dia tembaknya ke ini ya pas Ikoron ya.
Prowler stopped him. He can't go against the flash if he's flashed. Forsaken's challenging bathroom here with an op of his own. An Optic on a really light buy. They're gonna tuck.
Boom! Good.
No, they're not.
The pressing, cowok.
As Jink falls, you still have the operator in play Forsaken. And now some info gathered. They understand there is some pressure.
Udah U-haul, cok.
Pinch and Mind Freak gets another. Looking to be one of the cleanest rounds PRX have put together.
U-haul, expect U-haul udah ada ya guys ya.
And it is worth noting Optic.
Mohon maaf nih, gua tahu soalnya. Ya cuma nonton doang gak main anjing. Bagus TP. Lu menang di round ini, lu dapet 11. Bisa overtime, cok.
As they put together now 4 in a row, they've come from 5, 12 to 5. Still 3 match points to go. Important here that they build the bank. So no matter what happens in the round, they're consistently going to have money equipped to take.
Let's go.
Forsaken might actually go for a peek into the TP. To challenge Ye.
Yep.
No, he's gonna get out of there for sure.
Aduh, Cing, kenapa nggak ada temennya?
Not a good start here for PRX. They've been winning the early engagements.
Off of that, Victor now one step closer to that showstopper. Forsaken still has that tour de force.
Yo, let's go. Menang please. Aku mohon menang dia dapat poin 11 bangsat.
If you're PRX, Forsaken going for a play though, clears it out with the.
Jangan push. Ya.
Mampus.
Timing, dia nyari timing, bangsat.
Large chunk of it taken out, still has it. That's Mind Freak Salt right there, and they want to actually work a pick with Ye.
Yeah, Finesse who's still flirting outside of showers. And you see the rotations actually coming off for PRX. They're headed towards B. Oh, how How did he not see the shoulder?
30 seconds left.
That looks so
I think
close.
he knows. He knows. Look at him. The crosshair.
Mampus.
Good.
Timing.
But again, finesse.
Balik dah. Nice.
Leader for Optic.
What?
The doctor
Whoa!
tries finessing his way into A, and he does.
Ih, TP di
Turns
situ
around,
anjing.
destroys Forsaken. And now Victor gets a spike
Oh,
down.
jadi bahasa sosok Inggris
Speaker
anjing.
operator still in the hands of Ye. The rotations now start to show up for PRX. Time not on their side. Molly to clear out bench, but there's no one home.
Victor 2, showstopper to end this game.
Is that the finishing blow? There's a showstopper.
It's popped
buying
early.
Space, buying time. And PRX so patient, stalwart in the face of what's before him, but they have to make a move and they have to do it soon. And they move right into Ye. This third map looking like a foregone conclusion here as Benkai gets into half. He's gonna have to do it.
Ah,
by himself.
GG.
Finesse does it at the end. 13-9 responses. We're headed to map 3. We're headed to Fracture, baby.
A phenomenal response from Optic. But even in the face of a crushing defeat, PRX with a nice little comeback there.
GG guys. The best. GG guys. Bentar guys, gua ngambil ini dulu. Apa? Kayak atau apa gitu.
We came into this tournament with him into the conversation. I mean, he was the conversation about best player in the world. And at the beginning of the tournament, he definitely didn't have the best player in the world performances. But since playoffs, he's been amazing. The crazy thing, though, is PRX come into this as a potential favorite. He quietly sneaks his name into that conversation. So far on Haven, he was really good, but map 2 definitely struggled a little bit. We're going to have to see Fracture, where he is insane.
He struggled. PRX struggled. Break on the other side of this one. Friends, don't go far. Fracture's next.
Sup guys? Welcome back to me. Gua mau ini cuk. Apa? Mau judi. Di Torik juga mau judi lah. Berapa ini? 3.296. 2.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.000 3.0 296. Pot PRX. Yo. Gua nggak peduli. Ayo cepet. Ayo mau judi. Lama ngentot. PRX menang atau kalah buat tidur, nggak nonton fanatik. PRX menang, gua nggak tidur, nontonin fanatik. Tapi gua ada turnamen juga, pokoknya sama-sama tidur. Nggak deh, PRX menang, gua nggak tidur tapi di offin streamnya. Lord TP main GTA 5.
Diajak ngomong 3 detik langsung hilang. Paling enggak kan kalau cupangnya di leher kelihatan asik gitu.
Lord TP. Oh, dual stream ya.
Langsung aja kita enggak usah berlama-lama, Hans. Kita panggil aja langsung. Dia ini
Follow lah. Goblok. Goblok iklan. Goblok iklan. Goblok iklan lagi. Wih, ganti TV. Back to back. Ayo gue mau judi. PRX, 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 PRX.
I'm absolutely the desk Simbo, and I'll defend that title to my dying breath. But yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this team because they've been just so up and down on fractures.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about Fracture a little bit more. This is a decider. I think I was definitely quite surprised that Optic let through Bind and Fracture, but after seeing Bind, they have a plan. They have a plan.
Look, you can look at the stats, and I'm usually, you know me, I'm the stats-heavy girl. I will go back and I will say, well, they've only ever lost once on this map. They have a perfect international record on this map. This is a map that, you know, PRX should win through and through.
Mana prediction?
Dictate the variables we have on stage right
Gua ada
now.
6055.
Their opponent's map pick, one they thought themselves
Let's
they would
go.
win. And you coming into an environment where that's stood up against DRX, lights fires under very formidable teams like Optic's butts. They're going to be sitting there going, we lost that against DRX quite heavily, and we've learned a lot of lessons from that. That's a dangerous opponent to go up against.
Gua predik pasti menang nih PRX. Ayo, lama nih predik. Gua mau judi.
It's going to be really intriguing.
Gua mau judi. PRX menang ini, ayo.
had to refresh my memory on this, but I did
Sumpah nih kalau juara nih PRX divisi tim master gue botak
and it was
anjing.
a bit of a sticking point
Gak peduli
So,
gue.
when we get into the later, I think it limited him too much personally.
Gue
But
bakalan
yes,
posting di
because normally he's
Instagram
playing
gue.
the raise and normally he's hyper aggressive and he's able to set up a lot of the plays. I want to see him return to that.
Nah,
because
predik nih mampus
to
nih.
me, it speaks that they are playing with confidence. They're coming into this with confidence, which was, I think, one of the things they were massively lacking at the start of mine. They found it towards the end of the series, but it's too late. They weren't afforded a buffer. You didn't have any more opportunities to give, any more rounds to give. It was a bit of a comeback, but it was a fake comeback.
Gak
I know you
peduli.
said the lack of
Let's
confidence
go,
on the
let's
side of
fucking
PRX, but I
go.
feel like Forsaken has
PRX.
been the consistency on that team today, where I haven't seen any of that from him. Some of the other players, I feel like you said, Jing has been a little bit quiet, but Forsaken versus Victor, this is going to be really spicy.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I think whatever ends up happening as well, it's as well that old storyline that rears its head about Victor performing well. Jesse brought it up earlier. I think it is a huge part for Optic having success on maps is when Victor feels comfortable and is popping off. So far, it's been a little bit tempered. So in this series, I would say.
On this particular map, Victor does have to have a big showing. That is his role. That is the agent upon which is entrusted upon him. And to make the space, to take the space, we saw on Bind, they know the power positions on the map that are expected that PRX
Ayo,
can
PRX.
take. If they want to stop them at the door and they want to keep up this whole attitude of these are the power positions, we own them, you can't get in without
PRX
a lot
masuk
of
final
utility.
sekarang
That
buka
was
baju
bad.
di sini
I
anjing.
like that. I think that
Baju
works.
doang ya,
There's
celana
a
enggak.
very clear understanding that PRX uses momentum in the early round to the mid round based off those positions on the map. If they keep holding these power angles, they keep fighting for those spots. I really think Fracture's a map where it's very difficult to regain that space. Once you have it, it's rather yours, and that is where the momentum comes the mid to late round. I'd like to see how Optic adapts to that.
I mean, of course, winning this gets you a spot in the grand finals on Sunday. It also means that you will get 2 bans, not just 1 ban, but 2 on that day. And that is a massive advantage if you look at the fact that Fnatic and FPX are the 2 teams you're going to have to face, and they have weaknesses. So you can force them onto their weaknesses. So this is a really, really important map here.
I think having that advantage is why, even though we say this is not a knockout game, the stakes for me couldn't be higher. If I was one of the coaches sitting down, if I'm Chet, if I'm Alex, and I'm looking at this, I say to the boys, this is the match we got to win because it almost guarantees a leg up in the finals.
Well, we're into the Prime Gaming agent select, and now, again, Brent, you mentioned you don't want to see the Sage here. Do you think that's going to be the change?
Let's go. Itu tulisannya terlalu idiot ya.
It's the role he's comfortable with as well. He looked uncomfortable last time they played that comp. I actually spoke to Benkai after that match shortly
after.
He
heard you.
Yeah, I mean, and he said it's a comp that they do actually play.
Let's fucking
I mean,
go neon anjing.
but they have 2 versions of it depending on what they're up against. But Jing is going to be playing the Raze, which I am a huge fan of. It goes back to that confidence-driven composition, and I think that's what you need when you're going up against a team like Optic. They have not let their foot off the gas, despite the fact that they got absolutely flattened in map number 1.
I like it. I think it will go towards that confidence level you're speaking about. I think this last map is going to be that area where they have to. Obviously, Crash is on the KO. Spoke about him being the clutch master, the power position holder. He is going to be a linchpin just beside the Neon of Victor. I'm wondering whether or not it's going to be a Neon head-to-head kind of thing. Do we come back at halftime and we say, look at this, look what they're able to do? I'd like to see that, but I think that there's so many key stakeholders in both of these teams around the map that I'm yet to be fully sold.
Yeah, it's definitely something to keep an eye on, I think, as we head deeper into this map. And I love as well that we're really just retelling the stakes of this one. You win this when you go to the finals. You get 2 map bans as well. If you end up winning this one, it is a hyper important match, potentially one of the most important ones of both of these players on each side's careers.
But also the lower bracket is way too scary. I don't think you want to be dropping down there to face FPX or Fnatic, and also that also gives you an extra day where the upper bracket team can prep.
That is so important. A lot of people forget that if you have an entire 24 hours to work with, players at this level, coaches, support staff of this level, that is a lifetime of time to be able to work with to prep for one of 2 opponents. And maybe you could just prep for both. It's heaps of time. So let's see who is able to snag that by its tail.
Let's see indeed as we head into the final map with your casters, Doug and Bola.
Thank you so much, Sue. Gird your loins, hang on to your butts. We're headed to Fracture, and what a perfect place to decide who wins this series. I mean, Bala, you talk about fast versus fast. You talk about Optic being the ones who pioneered the neon on this map. It just doesn't get
Let's
better.
go, PRX.
Matchup already was so interesting with that factor involved.
IRS.
And right away,
Goblok.
look at fast against Optic here. And yeah, he's got a great setup on top of the box. High low with Marv.
Color me shocked. They wanted to go fast. Divide with a great trade. As you see Jing Tries to get up top and just drop down instantly.
Tuh.
Mindfreak not able to find more than one. Finesse weak. Benkai is two. He drops finesse. There's the swing.
Nice.
And Benkai with nothing in health is able to get those two at the end.
What a ridiculous round from Benkai. But even more ridiculous, Optic just completely squeezed on that south side. The spawn, they never left it. That's the type of pace and aggression you expect from PRX.
One enemy remaining.
Just the second as well.
Down, attacker spawn.
It honestly felt like at the end of that round, I was like, oh, he got a couple kills. But no,
Come on, guys.
That was all he needed. It's going to be interesting to watch Divide playing the chamber here up against Ye.
They're both set up again.
Because
South
versus
side
three
crunch.
magic.
And they're going again.
And that stun hits three of them.
Mampus!
And he was a sitting duck anyway.
One enemy remaining.
Great
3
response.
kill.
I mean,
Too much to do.
even when they do get a couple, this is actually a completely failed round from PRX after it looked like a fantastic one. Crashes will get the spike down.
And he's in a 1v2. He spots one player. Shot's not landing. The flash as he swings around. Still has a bit to work with. But
Let's fucking go, bro.
It was a great setup, and obviously the kills came in from Forsaken. Ye was there fast. And the thing that you have to do, you have to decide which side you're going to hold, and Ye immediately is there. Gets the kill, trades it with final player Crashies.
No fireworks today, I'm afraid.
And they just commit to continue pushing through that B site. That's going to be super important because, as you saw, 2 players from PRX were just coming right behind them in halls. And this is going to be a super interesting game if we stay on the south side default that Optic is playing. And it looks like we are.
Mate, I'm not going to lay out of you. I don't care if we stay there, if we go somewhere else. I just want that pace the entire time.
Well, PRX is the first one to renege on the contract that they had. Because they're going up for this north side crunch this time, and it could cost them because Optic looked like they want to just go fast towards the classic B execute. And they're
Gak,
gonna
gak bakalan terjadi lagi ngentot. Haha, goblok.
There it is. The fast lane, the flashes as Victor tries to find space, and he does. He's made his way up to tower. Unscathed so far, but the challenge just on the other side. He swings
Mampus,
out.
kena stok dan. Ah, goblok.
That kind of thing, but still, Optic have a chance at this. Marv just weak. He gets into 1v1, and Marv! Ice in his veins as he gets 3.
Karma anjing.
keeps Crashies up too.
Ah, gak di revive.
So both guns stay.
Gak bisa revive.
At the end of the round, he'll be right back into it. Look at this from Mark. The second shot.
Oh, the third.
God.
All of them.
Good shit, Jimmy. Go. Let's go.
And it's calm. It's not the same type of aggressive energy from
Nice,
Optic.
nice bonus sih.
Run down on him. They will swap.
Nggak
Low
bonus sih.
presence on the north
Iya
side,
bonus
but
sih.
They want to go fast to punish Mindfreak here.
And it's actually Ye who welcomes that aggression. Victor takes a bit of his own into the lap of Mindfreak and dismisses him. Again, these rounds, they play out so quickly. Opening seconds of the round, and it almost feels like it's decided.
Spike planted.
This is the type of play you expect to be countering PRX, and right now, so far, looks like it will.
Defy looking to find some value with that tour de force. Again, in a 3v5. The nice thing is he has plenty of options to pick from. 5 targets on the other side. Can he even find one?
They're already saving. Defy just wants to find something with the tour de force.
I know he's not even going to get a chance. It doesn't look like.
I mean, he will if he just opens up the door. Knock, knock.
That's the chance you want. Nothing. Clean round out from Optic. They weathered the aggression coming to them from the western side of the map. They applied a bit of their own on the eastern side, and it was a win all around.
GG, seru anjing. Bangsat.
And Ye, who's been phenomenal all series long, touted as potentially the operators, players on Fnatic, on Guild, on Optic now, touted consistently as the counter to PRX. And as soon as he got that op online, he finds himself a kill against an aggression down tree, and Forsaken's still not done. With the weapons that they have, they're gonna go for it a little bit more. Finally, a north side spread for arcade control here from Optic. He's in trouble.
Mampus.
The hold out from Forsaken cleans him up.
But look at the space taken now. Victor's already in their spawn. He's pushed up.
Victor
Nobody
udah di
else on this B
situ
site.
anjing.
And Marv just joined the northern side off of the rope, so they've made their intentions very clear. They have full B control. They should be able to get the spike down, but they want to fight.
Just a great flash setup for Victor to get more. This is dangerous though. Forsaken's picked up an op. His ult did run out though.
Spike
But he's got
planted.
the op. Maybe he can find something with it, a gift. No armor on two of the members of PRX. Speaking of gifts, Ness never saw him.
Banget anjing.
Disadvantage in favor of Optic here. PRX are going to have to somehow get over that, get over the fact that time's not on their side. They're going to go. Are they going for this? I want to keep the op. They're just going to go. Can Forsaken slip his way in? The tap is there, and that should extinguish things.
They can fight the cross though here. They can make this expensive, and they will.
Nice, nice,
Shot
nice,
from
nice.
Mind Freak, and Forsaken did escape with the op. And they could have even kept them still. The backside of Gen there.
Gokil, cok,
But
permainannya.
clean reaction from Optic to just push in after Forsaken gets this kill onto Ye. That's a great stun from him. But this is what I mean. The reaction's so good. This flash to set up Victor. Levi did a good job as well to dodge that, but Optic feeling some momentum behind them.
Bro idiot kan?
As we go for a PRX timeout.
Tulisannya apa sih anjing tadi?
I mean, all 5 rounds so far has included a tree push, except for that north side crunch that they did. So there's got to be more depth to this. They've got to have a game plan that allows them some flexibility, because right now Optic is a brick wall.
Slight lead here, but a lead nonetheless for Optic. You see Forsaken on your screen. Now for Ness, trying to talk through how they're going to approach the rest of this half. Some interesting ultimates online on the side, really, of both teams, right? Benkai has his Rolling Thunder, Mind Freak 1 point away from the Viper's Pit, so they have some tools here to try to counter some of what's been going on, but you're right, it hasn't felt like PRX have had the flexibility that they need to weather what Optic is throwing at them.
The really nice thing for Optic is on both of their defaults that they've shown so far, they've been able to have good reactions no matter what PRX throws at them. This time you expect it to slow down a little bit, but Forsaken again at Shuri.
Apa-apaan anjir ini?
Brimstone from Marv. Wonder where that's gonna go. Maybe Gen, maybe somewhere at Tower.
Tower perhaps, because it seems like that's where they want to go.
Yeah.
Oh, ke situ, cok.
That's a great delay, and now the Rolling Thunder that we mentioned to push them back, but Victor has gotten separated from the team. Is that going to be okay, though, as the flash keeps them back? Yeah, with the operator holding his tight angle patient, as Marv is right behind him.
That's a Ching on the other side too, with Divide, and they're holding firm. This feels like a first for PRX.
But this feels so like Optic. Make a bunch of noise at the beginning, and then turn the volume all the way down.
And the nice thing, usually these pace changes make it really easy to set up a trap play, but for Optic, they've already baited out that trap.
Feels like vintage
Mampus.
Optic. Victor's able to take care of
Oh, gue
Forsaken.
mampusin si 4 second goblok.
Numbers their way. You see Benkai with the fault line in his
Mampus.
face. And now a Victor too, but he's able to dismiss
Ayo di
it.
bawah. Benkai. Iya, dapat lagi. Satu lagi. Iya, bener satu lagi. Nice.
Freak is doing it too. The orbital strike comes down.
Spikes down too.
Oh, and a shot out from Ye.
Mampus.
Here in Device showing he can wield that thing just as well. Jin cleans him up. We're tied at 3.
And PRX slowing down by miles per hour. Just slow down too. They're not moving on the map at this point. Divide with the op on one side of the map, and then Benkai with the very, very nice swing. Also with the Molly there from Mind Freak. Very cool.
Dia jago, cok.
I don't know how Benkai gets to them. But either way he does. We're tied to 3-piece operator in the hands of Ye and 1 for Devi as well.
Here comes a fast set play for Optic again into Halls.
Knife, relay bolt, Jing on the swing, nothing.
Wah, Jing gak nge-perform anjing.
This is complete cause.
Bukan hari dia anjir Jingnya.
Got their backs covered. Yeah, he's got the op to work with.
Hari-hari mati terus goblok.
Oh, the nade is perfect. Benkai, can he tuck? Is he safe?
That smoke might fade though. Benkai might be able to do massive
Nice,
damage.
nice.
Again from up top. Undetected.
Nice guys, nice
Finds
guys.
more value.
You take wall on too, they can come out of Halls.
Mampus!
Here, especially with that next kill.
Great shout out from Devi.
Woi, woi. Kok bisa gitu? Mampus. Mampus.
Hey, you could get yourself on the desk over there with that sign.
Mind Freak carries the Viper spit in the next round. Forsaken was able to pick up the op. That timeout, it worked.
Finesse almost brings it back, but definitely a miscalculation. That smoke fading right as they take their eyes off of it, right as they decide they actually want to capitalize on the hit on the first kill.
No kan true idiot.
And PRX take the lead on this map. Much closer affairs so far in this first half.
Nah, but that's what the people want, man.
It's what the people want.
That's what the people want. And it was, again, it was PRX who called timeout. They figure out what's going on, and now Optic attempt
Tuh ada yang nyangkut itu habis makan apa itu?
And a reminder too, this is the upper bracket final.
Victor habis makan siomay guys. Jadi ikannya masih ada yang nyangkut di gigi.
Here for help and safety in this tournament because PRX with a 2-map ban advantage in the grand finals would be
that's outrageous.
That is so hard for anybody. I mean, I don't care who you are. If you're Fnatic, FPX, who we're still waiting on that lower bracket match later in the day. If you're Optic going up against them in a rematch too, I mean, such a hurdle. And normally we talk about that, we're like, yeah, this is kind of an advantage, but we're never at the level of PRX who can pull out a find that's unbeatable. And if they beat Optic here on Fractured too.
That's not ready.
Oh boy.
Fault line now, you see Victor again pushing his way forward. Vi has to give the space up. Oh, the Jing taking care of Ye on the other side.
Yeah, he's left all the way by himself. Oh, he's coming across. Oh no. Finesse is here to receive.
Woo!
On the ropes and he's escaping too.
Aduh, 4 second lu kenapa?
Never seen two Neons run at each other so fast.
Mampus.
But Benkai throws the brakes on it. The flash through, and I don't think
Mampus.
Benkai gets another.
Tikau.
Falls operator from Device. PRX get to 5.
A crazy round.
Off the timeout too.
Just a crazy round. They read the fact, and this is the first time that Optic has done that, leaving Ye alone up on the top, the north side. And then this is just absurd. Oh my god. And then as well, look at this smoke here from Benkai on the right. This is actually Mind Freak smoke that he's putting out at the beginning of the round. And it gives him so much room. So we tune into PRX HQ in Singapore. Oh, another ult. Forsaken's going crazy.
The Rolling Thunder was there. And
Wow! Gua lagi nge-lag tadi. Duda dududa, duda dududa, duda dududa, duda dududa, ning kasih ketek, 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 ketek,
Starting to build up a lead here. And that was a fast attempt. So many times Optic is going for this fast play in Halls with
Let's
the
go,
Neo, all
PRX.
that sort of thing, with Mard having a molly as well on spawn. Look at this. This is top of the round, off the barrier.
that is PRX.
Well, the crazy thing is, too, normally Optic would be very well prepped to handle something like that because they just send Ye, they explore a little bit, not necessarily when they're going for the fast play, but because it's PRX on the other side, they want to punish.
Boom! Woo!
Divide it on Chamber is just filthy.
Looking very good.
Forsaken way.
Mati lu.
People walk right, crosshairs, but Ye with the trade. Ye finds another. 3v3 here on the round. Finesse still with.
Look at this. Marv is actually reading out the flank. Ye's isolated now, but look at Finesse. He's all the way on the other side.
And he's going to do it quietly yet again. No idea as to what's going on. And Ye finds value. He's got 3 on the round. He's going to try to run away, get to the fences. There's an op waiting on the other side. So Showstopper invested.
Oh, Finesse double thinks himself there.
Oh, and
Wants to challenge, but he only has a sheriff.
Yeah, that's all he has.
This is a great spot, though. Do they expect him here?
Can he find 2? He's going to have to do it with the sheriff. 1 disappears. The second
Nice
doesn't
Jing.
fall. Jing cleans him up. PRX get the defuse. They get to 7.
And while this was a close game, all of a sudden that scoreline that we saw in the first map, possible. As we go into the last 2 rounds here, still. Optic need to bring this back to a 7-5 to make this close because a 9-3 is very difficult to do when you go off to that defensive side against the pace of PRX. Similar comps, but such drastic styles.
Optic have to find a solution here soon, and perhaps it's through the ultimates. They have 4 of 5 available. While PRX is not that far off. Instantly you hear the tour de force come online. Victor throwing a little shoulder, see if anyone's going to challenge him. Marv waiting for the aggression coming down halls, and freaking A, he's right. They're coming. Can he find value? He's already spotted him. The relay goal is lab. He sidesteps it, but you don't sidestep Jing.
Oh. And Ye's not able to find anything either.
The fast lane. Off your feet. And now the Rolling Thunder. And off of that they go. That's a green light. They're getting what they're looking for. They're also looking for Benkai, and Benkai's able to get another 4v3 here in favor of PRX.
Nice. Davai.
Gone from bad to worse. But can Ye
Ampos.
snatch it back? No. It's going to have to be Finesse. Vandal in hand.
Bah.
And Benkai gets 3. Optic are getting dismantled.
Not on home turf at all. And this Benkai has been a menace from this tower position.
He absolutely has.
A menace. So in that round, he's just completely dancing around, up the rope, down the rope, up the rope. And that's himself 3 kills on what looked like
Terus anjing.
decision from Optic, although they might counter this Viper's Pit. Mind Freak in trouble.
The thing is, you're walking into a labyrinth, and there is no thread from Ariadne to get through. You're going to have to rotate away, and that's exactly what Optic do.
Seru cok, ada crowdnya cok.
From prior maps, they pushed through the Viper's Pit at all costs. And another trap play.
Mampus.
He's caught out, man. He didn't have a chance. And now the
Mam.
ult for Forsaken. He's only able to get 1.
Dapat lagi.
Crash, he keeps him back for now.
The movement.
4v2
Dapat.
in favor of PRX.
Whoa! Let's fucking go, Benkai!
And Optic on the ropes.
So many
Anjing,
lopsided
seru,
halves.
kentut.
And this time,
Seru
no
anjing.
chance for Optic to just wait for the next map. This time, they've got to come back all the way on a crazy half on the other side.
Seru
How
anjing.
deep is the playbook? How strong is the mental? We'll find out at the other side of this halftime break. Yinsu.
Doug! We get nice 3 halves today. I feel like it's curse at this point. I know the nice 3 curse comes in, but so far it does feel like the team that gets the 9 round in the first half kind of just rolls over in the second.
runs
I'm
away
not
with
saying
it.
anything.
No, listen, they look large and in charge. They are in control of this map so far. PRX, I love the return to the race comp that I was saying prior.
Bentar guys, gue mau kencing dulu.
Just aggression tools to their arsenal, but a huge component has been Forsaken.
Jauh. Jauh.
It's a big reason, like
ACS-nya
he's been supplemented as flashes from Benkai, stuns from Benkai in the back, and it's Forsaken who's the one who is delivering that final blow. And Victor, I mean, his role now is going to be changing as well when the sides swap around.
I want to pull out this round to reinforce what you're stating there, Bren. The fact that there have been rounds after round where we've had Benkai in positions to read this perfectly. Victor shut down. He knows exactly where he's going to be. Look at his crosshair in that moment. They can't get rid of him, and by himself, Benkai has been the playmaker, especially in the second quarter of this game. He has owned it. It is his own, and I think that we were talking about on Vive, them not having initiator abilities. Benkai was the missing piece there. He's now in action here on Fracture, and all of the other pieces around him are activated fully fold as a result of him.
Yeah, he's been so clutch, I think, in just being able to clean up a lot of these rounds. But I mean, heading into the next one, I think for Optic to stand a chance, listen. I'm not gonna single out any player in particular, but I think as well, he's been having an absolute heater of a match so far. And right now, you need to see it's not enough, and they have to come back into this some way. Obviously, starts at the pistol round, but a difficult tall order, I think, when you're playing against a PRX who are not slowing down. They're not playing with no confidence anymore. They're on their comfort compositions, and they look just primed to go into the finals.
What I will say is that Optic, they have responded already in the series. They do have a chance to respond here because they have to if they want to lock in the grand finals today. Dag and Bala, I'm very, very excited for the second half.
PRX, throne before the throne, unwavering in the face of greatness, in the face of history. Meanwhile, Optic off kilter now, wavering, wobbling, looking for answers, and I don't know that there's much to be found. PRX with a big cozy lead here now on attack. They can dictate the pace, and that's a terrifying prospect.
Set up for a dish push. And it's going to be fast. The A presence from Optic all in halls. That knife sets up Ye to get a lot of space here inside of halls. So they might opt to back up, and Victor has at least one stun to counter and combo. Finesse, but here it comes.
There's a fast lane. You see the utility layered out perfectly as they get onto the site at just the right time. Jake still up top in heaven. That's not able to land the shots. They go a bit wide. Victor still with two, though. And Ye does it as well.
Enemy remaining.
Ye may single-handedly keep Optic in this.
Udah, bye.
I think actually that round device nowhere near, so this defuse is coming through. The round is over.
Just want the kill.
I feel like I've seen that situation. One bullet from Ye, and they will clean it up. But that round already shows a little bit of deficiencies that Optic might be able to take advantage of, because what is it? No smoke on halls. So Ye is able to find two easily. And Victor and Finesse did, well, a pretty good job at delaying for Ye,
no smoke,
so that they could fight in a crossfire like this. Victor with the first two, and then Ye as they're trying now to clean out Victor. No smoke here.
One enemy remaining.
So only one Viper as the controller. Not something we've seen since the beginning of Bind, but PRX. Ingenuity behind the scenes. See how they cover those gaps.
It's going to be fast. At least that's going to be the attempt of the Molly to keep him back for now. A little bit of hesitation as they're forced to think through how they want to go about this. And well, that's certainly not what you had in mind. Marv's able to get two easy ones with the Spectre on the other side. It's actually the Finesse who gets three at the end.
Sinting.
And they've already brought it back within 4.
Long road to ruin, though.
Again, so much on the line for Optic. A PRX victory here would mean such a difficult road for anybody in the grand finals. And also, they just have to make it through the lower bracket. We know they're good at it.
Light armor on 2 members on the side of Optic. PRX only with 1. See the relay bolts come through and they push Mind Freak back instantly. Hear the crowd starting to get involved. as we near the end of this map. Again, PRX with a cozy lead here, but Optic are making a run at it. Wall up from Mind Freak. Waiting patiently, but Mind Freak wins the duel.
Oh, and he's already
Forsaken swinging around. You see the pace again is so good.
Double combo of Jing too.
They thought he dropped. They thought he dropped. Jing was still able to get one.
And they're not even hitting this site. They put them in the complete blender.
You see Victor moving forward, crashes as well. But once again, a trap this time. Curse of Mind Freak on the other side. Do you check this cheat?
One enemy
Do you
remaining.
clear your 50? No.
Lil Jaka. Anjing suara gue serak anjing.
Position now to what PRX attempted on Bind, a 5-round deficit. Still 2 rounds away from match point for PRX, so slightly different, but you're right, you called this out. Jing hiding
One enemy remaining.
on top of the rope, pretending like he dropped down. And they're gonna have to deal with that really, really fast push into spawn from Forsaken 2.
Victor, the only one on the side of Optic with a gun here. It's a stinger. The challenge is not his way. PRX are going to get relative ease. That was really the only problem, and they've been able to clear that out. Now the members of Optic arrive, and doesn't look good. Maybe Crashes can swing it back.
He's stuck here. Can Victor get here?
Yeah. Well responded. Jing's still up and having Benkai on the tap. The Molly nade combo, so good. Victor taking the scenic route as he circumvents what's before him, or at least attempts to, but you haven't gotten past Divide. And now you've got Jing who's shown up too. They're pinch, man. You have a room.
Semakin depan anjing. Let's fucking go.
As well. Saving there, not going. Because of the pistol rounds. They want that op in the hands of Ye. And I think that's a great decision. Again, you think about the composition. As we get an Optic timeout, you think about the composition from PRX.
Ya idols kayaknya, bukan 3D.
Sometimes available,
3
sometimes
idiot. Arab.
you only have really 2 chances to get into sight. And Ye is the answer.
Mulai panik, mulai panik, mulai tegang, mulai panik, mulai tegang, mulai panik, mulai tegang, mulai panik, mulai tegang, mulai panik.
6 rounds to bring it back. PRX just need 2. And they've already made history, but they are so close to making history even more. A grand finals appearance for an SCA team. This mix of Singaporean and Indonesian players on the side of PRX doing what has never been done here in Valorant and beyond.
Where do they find value? Who's the catalyst? Is there a catalyst for Optic? All eyes turn to Ye.
Mampu.
Shot delivered.
Kenapa gue mampusin si Dava ya goblok. Aduh. Aduh.
We asked who the catalyst was. Let me introduce you to Ye. 4v2, here's Jing. Up top. No idea, there's someone literally right behind him, but Mind Freak's able to clean him up. This is still a winnable round for PRX. They have that showstopper, and here it goes. Jing goes up top, lands the shots onto Victor. A 2v2 here. He's gonna get a shot at
Let's
the second.
go. Woo!
On the deliver.
Ayo, match point.
Once again, alone. He's already gotten 3 on the round. He's gonna have to get all 5.
Aduh,
just
down.
to get Optic to 6.
Tan, please tan.
He thinks they're going back to B.
I don't think he wants
Nah.
He may just be saving the op.
No, with the spike plant, he's coming back now. Has to go for this. He's got the tour de force next round, so Game-saving play here possible from Ye for the ace.
With an op. Again, no armor. He's gone entirely unscathed in this round. Biggest challenge.
Go!
The operator does not sing. PRX map series point.
Yay! Final intro!
Finding massive values against the stars.
Let's fucking go!
Jing.
Anjing putar-putaran.
Even though Ye's been shutting him down on prior maps. And that was definitely an overplay from Finesse and so many Optic players. It was a 2 versus 3.
You want to play? Let's play.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it again this time with the Tour de Force. You hear both of them have been used. Mengkai has the Rolling Thunder. You hear the Orbital Strike. All of it dumped at once. Can Forsaken find anything with the ult? A broken buy for PRX. Do all of that. Perhaps Forsaken can find the value, no. Ness cleans him up. Victor trying to find more. 4v3 in favor of Optic.
And they can't go to A. Ye is there. And they've got no wall. They got no wall on this side either. As Mind Freak and Forsaken have fallen, so it has to be just utility, it has to be Divide taking point.
No element of surprise in play here.
Jing.
In fact, they're the
Ayo 1 point lagi ngentot. Duh! Davai! Whoa!
does it too. Crashes and Ye left alone.
Fuck!
And it's all on to Ye. Oh, to keep Fracture alive. The star for Optic. Alone. In space.
PRX!
Falls. Could have been a moment there for Ye if he made the read.
PRX! Oh, let's fucking go!
History books have a finite amount of pages, and PRX's story is not done yet.
Dang! Menang anjing PRX. Belum tang final anjing.
In fact, Doug, I would say it's just beginning. A first for SCA, a grand finals appearance here for PRX. And they've taken down Optic. An unbelievable advantage now for them.
Let's play.
As we get to see them play potentially both Bind and Fracture in the grand finals, where they have been slaughtering opponents left and right, minus today on Bind, of course.
Yeah, almost didn't matter today, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Can lightning strike in the same place twice?
Great question.
Clinical performance out from PRX, man.
And a great introduction for them to the crowd, to the audience. And still, this is hard to say, but still probably some people's first time watching PRX, and I'm sure they're making fans over and over and over with their style, their bombasticity.
How do you not love them? How do you not love those guys? I mean, Mengkai walked out in a dinosaur costume, man. What are we talking about? And the performance that he had on that map, and unreal.
It's a standing ovation, too, from the crowd as they take their bow and we wait for 2 days to get to see them again.
Menangkan gua ngebit.
And the crazy part, Doug, is this series wasn't really even on the star players for PRX. You expect it to have to be against Optic. But, I mean, Mengkai in this last map, a monster. Divide in the first 2, a monster on this map too.
On Chamber, 17 and 8 performance out of him. Mengkai, probably one of the greatest showmen in all of Valorant. And well, for good reason.
Oh, we got another one coming up too, but I'll leave that for later.
A fair challenge indeed. Again, PRX, they destroy Optic. They look so good. They weather what's thrown their way, and they march on. Destroy Optic. They look so good. They weather what's thrown their way, and They march on.
Optic are not out,
Now
to
you
be
have
clear.
to decide who the MVP is. Again, the in zone MVP boat right there. Divide, Forsaken, it's not Bala. Divide, Forsaken.
Negatif COVID supaya Jing juga dapat merasakan bagaimana rasanya bermain di depan crowd dan they deserve it sekali lagi. Kita udah lihat tadi Jing di first half seperti yang udah kita bahas tadi. Kita nggak lihat frag demi frag yang dia bisa dapatkan, tidak seperti Jing pada biasanya, tapi tiba-tiba aja di 4 round terakhir dari ronde 8 sampai ronde ke-12 menurut gue Jing benar-benar menyala banget, dan bahkan di second half itu besar banget impact yang dibawakan. Dan untuk match MVP kita dilihat dari scoreboard, Benkai 18 kill yang bisa didapatkan sama Benkai, bisa gua katakan setengahnya itu dia dapatkan dengan cara yang cukup cerdas dan dengan cara yang cukup licik, di mana dia bisa untuk memanfaatkan sebuah choke point dan dia bisa untuk dapetin sebuah vision. Oke, utility-nya udah dibangun ke arah side sebelah sini, otomatis dia bakalan ngepick dari arah sini, dan menurut gua Benkai is 2 step forward dari pemain-pemain Optic ketika dia ingin di shutdown. Yang awalnya utility udah di setup untuk ngelock posisi dari Benkai yang main dari arah tower, tapi tiba-tiba aja semuanya berubah menjadi keunggulan atau advantage untuk Benkai. Dan
Hampir
untuk data
rata kanan.
statistik udah rata kanan sih, walaupun emang headshot percentage tipis-tipis aja, tapi
Let's fucking go. Wah. Jeng, sakit perut. Ah, sakit perut. Jeng, sakit perut. Jeng, sakit perut ngentot. Tuh. Guys, PRX kan udah masuk grand final. Yo, sampai ketemu di grand final ya guys. See you next time. Bye. Apa mau nonton ini guys? Apa? Gua menang guys. Nah, menang judi guys. Menang judi guys. Yeay, menang judi, menang judi. Aduh, sakit. Perut gua sakit. Ah. Sakit, 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 sakit. Seru anjing. Ya sih. Ini ntar final gimana anjir? Masa jadi tirek lagi? Hapus enggak, 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 hapus enggak. Hapus enggak, hapus enggak, hapus enggak, hapus enggak, hapus enggak, hapus enggak. Mulas ngentot. Anjay dulu dong, anjay.
Enggak. Tas saya lihat nggak? Enggak. Nggak lihat tas saya. Saya baru datang. Namanya siapa, Mas?
Namanya Taka.
Taka-taka. Taka. Astagfirullahaladzim, malah gue ngeliatin. Ah. Sakit anjing, perut gue bangsat tiba-tiba.
Is instrumental to success right now. Shut down the momentum, the motivation from Optic. That is
Kapan sih? 24 itu lusa ya? Besok anjing. Jam 10 lagi. Duh. Jam 10 lagi anjing. Aduh. Oke. Oke, sip. Oke. Nonton nggak? Enggak lah, nggak usah ya. Anjing sakit perut gua. Fanatik. Udah fanatik sih. Oh, yang kemarin kan ada 3 bener. Oh iya. Berapa kosong sih kemarin? Oh, 3-0 no. Fanatik. Udah. Fanatik lawan Optic. Gue berharap Fanatik sama Optic sama PRX. Siapa yang lawan PRX? Fanatik sama Optic. Ya sama-sama keras lah. Tapi kayaknya seruan Optic anjing tadi seru. Tapi gue mau PRX menang. Tapi kalau PRX menang gue butuh. Tapi nggak apa-apa lah. Kali-kali gitu apak anjing. Cok. Ini poinnya berapa sih? 1000 poin. 1000 poin FLR.gg ranking gila udah jauh pisah 2400. Full tanknya 2400 apa? Senteng. Win. Kalah sama Laze. Ini juga karena tim baru. Zeta. Harusnya menang nih anjing sama Zeta. PRX, dia musuhnya PRX doang sih anjing. Udah. Wah. Saat. Gila sih Jason. Thanks for watching, thanks for like, thanks for coming, thanks for subscribe. See you tomorrow watch party. Bye. Final PRX gua nggak tahu. Yang penting mantap. Ya kan? Udah nggak sih? Tiga. Hari Minggunya anjing. Dong. Apa lah. Oke. Bye bye. Love you guys.